welcome to episode 14 of 8-Bit Bastards. Tonight, we're going to talk about some games. I have nothing special, so let me plug away.
Plug.
We have a Twitch.
I'm working on it.
What is it?
I'm going to be streaming some of the indie games I play.
That's Jacob, by the way. He's here tonight.
People can come on, chat with me. You know, maybe we'll get the other bastards on there one day.
Okay, so then we also have...
It's a work in progress.
Okay, work in progress. We have our work in progress website, 8bitbastards.com. Make sure you go there. Go to iTunes, subscribe, and please rate and review us. And go to Facebook and like our Facebook page as well. And so without further ado, the other two bastards...
Oh, me. Brad.
Justin.
Yeah, bastards. So tonight, we're going to get down and dirty with Payday 2 a lot, it seems like.
It's glorious.
Now, you guys are both playing them on different systems.
Yes.
Can you play together?
No. There's no cross-platform.
That sucks.
I'm not shocked. It's PC to PlayStation. It's not Microsoft to PlayStation or PC.
Yeah,
a little bit more considerable on that one.
Seems like it's pretty difficult for them to do that.
That, and I hear there's some people claim that point and click's faster than more responsive than controller, which it's whatever.
It is.
I disagree, but okay.
And they play most of the games, you know, the tournaments and stuff on PCs. They did it in today. Now I think they play on 360s a lot.
Well, Call of Duty tournaments are all held on majority 360, the bigger ones.
It takes no skill.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
But no, aside from that, though, back to Payday, it's amazing. Other than the fact that it took forever to ship the game to the East Coast, apparently, because no one got it on time. Had to wait till Friday.
I read something about that.
Yeah, it was something from, I guess, 505 or Overkill. Somebody messed up on shipping, but I'm pretty sure you probably got it through Steam, so it didn't matter. Yeah, I wish. I almost bought it through PlayStation Network because I didn't feel like waiting, but I got the collector's edition, so I got the Dallas mask and a bunch of other stuff and a DLC for it. So that's the reason I didn't. But aside from that, the game is amazing. The way improvements everywhere, in my opinion, from the first one, like graphics wise, shooting wise, like the shooting physics of it flow much more like smoothly. You don't feel like it's jumpy.
Let's go back real quick though. So talk about the special edition, and let's talk about the normal edition, special edition, differences, and price range here.
Oh, well, normal edition was, I think, $39.99.
$30 for PC.
Oh, 30. Yeah, well, because you need a direct download. It's usually cheaper. But for physical copy, I know it's $39.99. It's $40, and then the collector's edition was $59.99, normal game price. So,
what is the DLC and the extras? Is it all digital?
It was the DLC was extra loot to start the game with, which was mediocre. I ended up spinning it really fast on like making a mask, not knowing what I was doing, and not realizing how expensive making masks. I think we got like 20 or something like that.
It's not much.
Yeah, it was. Like, when you think, like, when they first said it, you're like, oh, it's awesome, and then you play the game, and it's stuff's kind of expensive, but once you get further into it and progress, get some levels, it's not that bad. But the DLC was just that. Like I said, I think you got to start with the skull mask as well.
What is this special mask? Like, you physically have a mask you put on your face?
Yeah, I got a Dallas, like, fucking vinyl mask that I can wear. It's like the clown version with the American flag on it. It's pretty awesome.
In real life?
Yes, in real life. I have it at my house.
What?
Yeah.
Why aren't you wearing it right now?
Because it's sitting on this other mannequin type head thing I got, just like so it forms. Because like it was in a little package, so it was all squished up. I want the nose to be formed and fit it and all that. It sucks they only gave everyone Dallas masks, because if we were really hoping to give a random mask, because me and a couple friends were talking about cosplaying it. Because one of my buddies, Jared, he wants to do chains. I want to do either Wolf or Dallas, because they're my favorite two in the game. Dallas is probably the coolest. I don't know. I used to like Wolf, but like the cool thing in the game is like when you start it now, you have your own safe house. And I don't know how much of the safe house stuff you've done. I haven't really messed too much with the actual safe house. But when you go to your inventory at the beginning menu, you can pick of the 4 guys which one you prefer. So if no one's playing as him when you join a game with someone, you'll get that character. So for the longest time, I was running Dallas. And the cool thing is, though, is when I found this out is it gives you an actual character bio on each guy now. So you find out, like, Dallas was, he's a dude who's always been a criminal, but he's always been, like, a mastermind, so he's always been, like, the leader of the group. Then you find out Wolf wasn't a criminal, he was, like, a normal businessman, and, like, he ran, like, Fortune, like, 500 company or something like that, and then one of his investors ended up screwing him over. His company collapsed. He got into criminal business, and then he just worked hard in criminal business like he did in the real world and became a badass criminal. Chains was a ex-army guy, liked the army, didn't like people yelling at him, so when he got out of the army, he became a soldier for hire, And then you have Hoxton, which is just a criminal. He was a criminal his whole life, but he's not like a good criminal. Kind of sounds like he was like that fucked up criminal, but they just like let him tag along because he's like their buddy, I guess.
Wasn't he British in the first game?
I thought so, but they're all American with the exception of Wolf. Wolf is Swedish. But Hoxton, Dallas, and Chains are all American.
I could have swore Hoxton was British.
I could have. No, I agree with you. I said something to Jared about it. I was like, I could have swore 2 of these guys had funny accents and 2 didn't.
Are there 4 characters?
Yeah, there's 4 characters.
Okay, and these are the same 4 characters from the first game?
Yes, sir.
And they carried over?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, and they're obviously added more storyline and backstory and stuff to them instead of just being a shoot-'em-up game?
Well, they give you the little character bios for when you start playing, or when you pick your character. Like I said, I didn't even realize it when I first played the game day 1, because I didn't realize you could pick it. But after finding that, I actually started playing as Dallas more often because I not only was playing as him originally, I just really liked his character bio because it sounded like he was like the mastermind. How it works is once you do that, there's a new setup to how you pick missions. You just don't have your 8 missions in the corner. You pick which one you want to start. People can join in. It's a thing called a crime net, and it's the part I've heard of is getting mixed reviews from people.
Hoxton is from South Yorkshire. He's British.
Yeah, well, see, in the new one, they just, or at least in their bio, he says he's American.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
In Payday 2, it's I think you play as his younger brother. No, it says play in Payday 2. Dallas's younger brother, a 31-year-old American, portrayed by Derek Ray, has taken the mantle as him.
Huh.
So you are his younger brother.
Not the same guy.
All right, well, it's not the same dude. Well, it makes sense then because I thought he didn't sound American in the first game. When you do it, the crime net setup is it pops up like this city map type thing, and missions pop up that you qualify for. It. As you gain levels, the higher levels you get, you actually unlock more types of missions. And the first couple of them, they're all kind of like cheesy. Like you can do four stores, and it's like this block with these 4 stores, and you have to go break into each one of them, crack their safes, steal stuff out of the registers. Pretty much hold down the area while the cops come, fight them off, and then get away with all the loot. Extremely fun. I mean, I still love the teamwork aspect of it because if you have everybody kind of just running around, when you first start playing, you can all kind of do whatever you want, it's whatever. When you get later in the game, like I'm only level 24, but it's gotten to where like doing very hard missions, like if I don't have at least 3 people and we're not working together, the mission fails just about every time. Like you have to really work together.
I'll say some of the first missions is like jewelry store. We do it stealth, so we try and go in, we take out the guards sneakily, we get all the civilians down and we tie them up, and you have a guy standing outside watching all the civilians out there, getting them down. It is the tensest 3 to 4 minutes ever, just because you're praying to God none of the civilians see you and call the cops. You have to keep everyone quiet while the other guys are stealing jewelry and throwing the bags across the street, and you can play the game without any shots fired.
Yeah, you can play completely stealth. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't pulled one stealth mission off
really?
Yet because I play the game for shooting shit, man. That's what I'm there for. Like when we first started to play, I had one of the kids I was playing with. He was like, "Oh, let's do it stealthy," and I'm like, "No." Like I'll wait until later in the game when I unlock suppressors, and then if I want to, I can still walk around popping people in the back of the head. Which we've done 2 of the missions that way. The only problem with the one me and my buddy Jared were doing today was we had 2 randoms with us, and they were not like cooperating worth a shit.
That is
just didn't pull it off. I figured, but tonight though we'll probably do it. We just really didn't try. It was more or less us running in because no one we knew had played it yet. So we were just doing the missions how we felt, and just that way it was play by feel. And now I know every mission now, so I know how to do them properly.
In the first one, they didn't have a stealth.
No, it was.
That's what I thought because I remember talking to you about it when we were playing. I was like, "Can you do this stealth?" And I don't think we could.
Yeah,
some of the levels allude to it. You can kind of prolong it, but it always ends up popping off at one point.
Yeah, no, the stealth mechanic's really cool because I mean you don't even have to walk up and just shoot people. You can knock them out. I know,
them.
Yeah, or intimidate
That's
them.
That's what I do.
Enforcer is really good for the enemy suppression. That's what I use. But there's the ghost class because there's 4 classes now. Yeah.
So there's 4 classes. If you're Dallas, you can pick any of the 4 classes. Like he isn't always locked in to be one class.
No, you can be every class. My character uses everything.
But are they better suited as, like, let's say he's better suited as a mastermind. And Wolf might be better suited as the enforcer.
The characters are nothing but placeholders, really.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, their character bios, when you read them, it kind of makes it sound like they're all set towards one, but it really doesn't matter. And in the end, it doesn't actually affect gameplay. Like, if you want to be a mastermind, you can still be chains and be a mastermind, because effects you get. It's like buffs. Okay. It's literally like getting a whole bunch of buffs. And personal buffs. Like I know with Technician, like I get faster drills. I know with the Enforcer class to it, I can use shotguns better, and my gunfire suppresses the enemy better. I know with Mastermind, you can literally shout. My one buddy is dead set on becoming a Mastermind because you can like yell at people and make them start fighting the cops with you. You can shout at people and make them get up. Like if someone's down, you don't have to go help pick them up. You can just, if you can see them, you yell at them apparently, and they get back up.
Now,
like Jared is dead set on Mastermind. He's going to be a Mastermind.
Are those special powers?
No, it's part of the skill tree. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say special powers, but I mean it's just part of the skill tree. It just shows that
Mastermind is basically the medic. Because like I aced, and that's the other thing is that you're going up this tree, you have 1 point, you put into it, and you get the ability. If you put 3 more points into it, you ace it, and it gives you a second ability. There are 2 other abilities on that tier, and if you ace them, you get an ability for that tier. So like I aced all 3 in the second tier, so my whole crew has extra stamina. Each tier has its own ability.
See, I haven't aced anything 3 all the way across. I've aced like a couple that I really wanted. But yeah, the acing's really awesome. The only cool thing, or the one thing that I like, but it's still inside, is when you're leveling up, you still have to spend your own actual money that you get, along with skill points. And that's later in the game, like it gets expensive,
like $500,000 or something.
Well, it's like, I know the main reason I went Enforcer, aside with Technician for the drill, the Enforcer gets the buzzsaw, and the buzzsaw, like you can cut open ATMs, like you can do a whole bunch of stuff to get a whole bunch of extra
money. Have you got it yet?
No, because it's like stupid high. Like, believe me, if I would have got the game when it was supposed to come in, then yes, I would have it. But I've only played 3 days behind. Yeah.
Well, we did the bank heist. Have you done those yet?
Oh yeah, the bank heists are the best. I love the bank heists.
Have you done the lock boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lock boxes you have to pick lock. It takes about a minute and a half. There's like, what, 50 or 60 lock boxes in there?
It takes, no doubt, no exaggeration, 1 minute to unlock a lock.
My buddy takes the buzzsaw.
Yeah, that's the only reason I went the buzzsaw.
So now, is it like in WoW or something where you have the one power as an Enforcer, and you are an Enforcer when you go into that match and you're doing that heist, you are an Enforcer, or you have switch on the fly? How does it work? I'm confused.
I'm a Mastermind, and I've got a couple points as a Technician because I wanted the assault rifle perks. You could play all 4 if you wanted to. You just kind of put points in there.
So you are all 4, and you pick which 4 you want to put things in. So you could basically be very generic and have them halfway up, all of them, or you specialize in one, have it completely maxed out, and another one maybe 3/4.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like I have Enforcer about quarter of the way. I have Technician probably about quarter of the way as well, and then I still have Ghost and the Mastermind, because Mastermind gives you bags, medic bags. Enforcer gives you, and zip ties, yeah. Enforcer gives you the ability to drop ammo bags. Technician gives you the EMF deals that help hack stuff, I think.
Knocks out cameras and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then Ghost gets, I can't even remember what the Ghost gets now.
They're not noticed by civilians as much.
No, I don't know. I know Ghost is a stealth class. It's the one for better lockpicking, all that type of stuff.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask. You guys are talking about the Technician, Mastermind, Enforcer. You haven't really touched on the Ghost. What is?
It's just what it sounds like. It's your stealth class. Yeah. It does your lockpicking. Don't get me wrong. It's just the one class I just haven't paid too much attention to because I'm just all about the firefight right now. I enjoy the guns.
It's the class he can get around. One thing that the Ghost has is he can take bags and dodge as he's running. Yeah, he'll avoid bullets. So he can move the bags. Well,
that's what I'm asking. Like, how does he affect the group? Because it's still 4.
He's a scout.
4 people per game, correct?
Yeah, like he said, he's more or less a scout. He's literally your stealth guy. He's the best guy for probably. I mean, if you want to be a stealth style player, you're going to go Ghost, obviously. One of the reasons I went Enforcer is because I really like the idea of, like I said, the buzzsaw. You get the ability to throw bags further. You can carry 2 bags later on, which carrying 2 bags at once is super, super effective. Nice. Yes, God. Oh, God, yes. I can't wait for that. But aside from the skill tree stuff, though, I mean, they've added more guns. The leveling system is a lot more simpler. It's not as complex. The first one was very confusing when you were new to the game. Yeah. You didn't know, if you didn't go in as a assault guy or a support guy or what was the other one? I can't remember. There's assault, support, and something else.
I think there was another Enforcer or something like that.
But if you didn't go in, under that spec, you didn't know what experience you were putting on stuff.
Well, see, that's when I started, I was kind of doing the same thing. I kept getting thrown into the matches because you guys had already picked, and since I was already so low, I was kind of stuck, whatever.
The first Payday felt more or less like a tech demo. Like, would you people like this? Oh, you do? Okay, now we're gonna take this and really put some juice into it.
Oh yeah, well the new one, the levels are bigger, the guns are way crazier, the cops are intense, the guys with ceramic armor are pain in the dick.
Yeah.
Like I'd never have been more like, if ceramic armor is that bulletproof, then no one should ever die in war, because ceramic armor is fucking super invincible apparently. Like literally, dude, I light people up with an AK and they don't even die. But now I use the AUR and the locomotive.
So let me ask a question.
Yeah.
You say you light people up. Is this still like in the first one where it's all PvE? It's you 4 people versus the AI doing the mission, getting the jewels, getting the safety deposit boxes.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite things about it is the teamwork aspect. If you're playing with friends, it's amazing.
Okay, so let me ask about this real quick. Let me cross that off. It's all online, obviously.
Well, no, you can play it offline. You can play offline.
So it'd be you and 3
AI.
3 bots. Okay.
Which I'm not gonna lie, the AI, those guys will go the extra mile to get someone up. The AI is not afraid. Like, dude, that's the one thing me and Jared always laugh about, because we never pick each other up. If one of us is playing and we go down, it's either Hoxton or Dallas run right over and they're scooping us up. And you can be in the thick of a firefight and they'll run over and pick you up.
So here's Justin's deal breaker all the time. Does it have voice chat?
Yes. Yeah, it's
Well,
voice chat,
I would
obviously.
assume that it
But
did.
the last one did as well.
Okay.
My question is, does it pay homage to old heist movies? Like, do you get to see any cool things made from, like, Point Break or, like, Dead Presidents?
Not really that I've seen.
Like, any cool, like, could you get a Nixon mask or a Jimmy Carter mask? Stuff like that.
Don't get me wrong, it's possible. I'm not going to say they don't have it. I haven't seen it. The new mask kind of remind me of Army of Two mask more than they did in the first one. Like, the first one, it kind of felt like they had, like, masks they made out of, like, plaster themselves.
Yeah.
Whereas these ones all look like they're literally Army of Two type masks. They look like hockey type masks. They're pretty awesome, though.
One of the really cool things about Mastermind, later on you get an ability called Stockholm Syndrome, and civilians will revive you.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
if you
one of the other
ace
ones.
it, civilians will give you ammo.
Yeah, believe me, my buddy Jared is all on that. He is so
And,
on that mastermind.
Pistol Messiah, because the Mastermind mainly uses pistols. That's why I use it, because I love the pistols in that game. When you're down, if you kill somebody with your pistol, you get up like Borderlands. That's like
That's
the
pretty
last thing
awesome.
you get.
But as you increase in level, I don't know, levels get crazier. They actually extend, because one of the first things I asked when I was playing it with some friends, I was like, what's up? Why does it say day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 7? I was like, what is up with that? As you play it and you get higher in level, you find out certain heists actually extend out multiple days, where like you might go do this part of a mission, and then after you do that, there might be an escape and your vehicle gets totaled, so now you got to tote 8 bags of cocaine from point A to point B, and you only got 4 people, so technically you have to make 2 runs and you only got 3 minutes to do it in.
Is there a sense, like, a story mode? Like, why are you peddling coke? Well, not necessarily peddling, but why are you doing that? Why are you going to this place to do it? It's just
There is.
go do this and that's it.
That's what Overkill, that's why they do the map, and that's why as you level up you unlock more missions, there's a story. But I can't tell what it is.
Right now, I think it's just them trying to get good with people that they used to be good with, because at the beginning of it, you start working for the dude Vlad, and he's like your first assignment type guy, and then after you do it a couple times, you start getting missions from other people to go do other things. But I don't know, I don't really feel like there's too much of a story. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, just something to kind of push it along. Like, you're going to go rob this bank for this reason.
Well,
Oh well, no. They give you objectives. Like
Yeah.
there's every time you go to the jewelry store, it's not the same heist. Sometimes you go to the jewelry store and they'll be like, "Hey, we want you to go steal the tiara." So you'll go there and you got to steal this tiara. While you're there, you can also jack all the other stuff you want. You can steal a bunch of necklaces. You can steal the bags of jewelry, and as long as that's all extra loot you make at the end of the mission.
Oh, really?
and the other thing is the heists are different every time. Like the jewelry store, sometimes there's a guard in the back, sometimes there's a hot dog stand with cops over in front of it. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes there's a guard up front, sometimes there's not. Sometimes there's 1 civilian, sometimes there's 20.
Sometimes the key card's really easy to find.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just doesn't seem like there's a key card to be found, because you can get key cards to open doors, but it's like scavenger hunt to find the damn
Right.
thing.
I was watching on Twitch and they were doing this one where they got the meth and then they went to go get the information and they were all like, all right, I got my gun on him because last time these assholes killed us, so that they all had their guns trained on. They're like, wait, we're waiting, and he's going up getting the information. He's like, I don't know if the information's gonna be there. It could be 3 different places. Like the 4 guys that were playing were freaking out. Like we're afraid these guys are gonna turn on us, and they didn't. They got the information. They went to the point where you escape, and they turned around and shot all the drug dealers.
See, I did that when they still turned on us.
Made all
took
the
all our
money.
shit. Yeah, no, that's what we did in the one I did when I did it. I was about to say there is a mission though where you cook methamphetamines.
Yeah,
it is aggravatingly difficult. If anyone listens to this podcast, I'll just tell you now:
it's
take
fun,
your time
though.
and listen to Bane.
Yeah, and check the shed.
Well, yeah, you got to check the sheds. That's where you find your stuff. But
when we did it, we had a random guy playing with us. He mixed it wrong.
well, no, I'm not gonna lie. The first 3 times me and my buddy did it, we thought you just walked up and it would instantly do the right ingredients. And then we're just like, all right, boom, boom, house blows up, meth lab fire, all in this 2-story house. You got to run out and escape. You don't get any meth. It changes the outcome of the entire mission you're doing as well. Because when you go to meet the drug dealers, like a mission that he was talking about, seeing the guys on YouTube do, you don't have any meth to do for the drug exchange.
Oh, there it goes after that?
Yeah.
See, my buddy rage quit, so we didn't get to find
no,
out.
it continues on. It doesn't. Now you get to do it from not having methamphetamines. And then you got to do a whole bunch of other stuff, and it actually ends with you getting in a big firefight on the interstate for a bus, I think.
Yes, I just see that.
Yeah.
So one of my question was, you guys talked a lot about the different cool upgrades and everything. What about the guns? What type of guns are there? What can you upgrade with the guns? Do you have to pick up ammo? Is it unlimited ammo? Let's talk about the weapons. You haven't talked about any about that yet.
In the first game, ammo was stupid scarce. In this game, it's really not. I don't feel like. I mean, it's still fairly scarce. You have your ammo bags and everything, but it's not as bad as the first one.
I don't know, man. I feel like in this one, it's 10 times worse. It's even harder to get ammo. Yeah, there's so many times where I'm like sitting there like, I do not have enough ammo for this late of a firefight. Like,
I play with a revolver and the car rifle. I get headshots, so I don't really use that much ammo.
I use the AUR and the locomotive, but I don't know.
Is the AUR good?
The AUR is nasty. It fucks people up.
I knew I should have bought that.
But I don't know. The ammo's not. I don't know. The ammo's sometimes not too bad. Some levels it's really scarce feeling. But there's a whole bunch of different guns. The last game there's like I think 2 or 3 different assault rifles, 2 normal rifles, and like 2 shotguns. It was very limited weapon choice. The new one they have a nice. There's at least 2 screens for your main weapon and secondary weapon. You can only I think own up to 9 weapons. Or something like that. It's either 3 across or 4 across. It might be 9 or 12. You can only have like
6 or 9.
Yeah, you have a limited amount of how many main weapons you can have in secondaries. But they all cost crazy amounts of money as you upgrade. Obviously, you make more money with each mission as they get harder and you get higher in level.
The thing we forgot to mention is after every mission, you get 3 cards you have to pick at random. It's either cash, a weapon mod, or a mask pattern, mask color. You can customize the masks. And that's how you get the mods for it.
That's also how you get other masks. I was going to get to that when I got to the mods. But you get the weapons, and once you buy stuff, that's how you mod it. And how, like, that's what he was saying with the cards is, like, you might have enough money to buy a silencer, but you don't possess a silencer. So, and that's the only thing I think is kind of stupid, because if I already possess it, why in the hell do I have to buy it? It's kind of dumb. I don't grasp why they went that route with it. It does make you a little bit more leery on what items you just toss on a weapon. Like, I only have 1 gun silence. Like, I silenced my AK because I thought it was hysterical to run around with the AK silence, because it is. I don't know. The weapons are way better. The shooting physics, like I said, when the first mission I played, and like when it actually like I pointed and it shot and killed the person I was pointing at, like I was like, holy shit, this game plays so much better. Like graphics, I mean, God, it looks so much better. It is literally a way better game. I've heard it's been getting some gripe on the internet and people kind of been bashing it, but I love it. I don't know. I got nothing bad to say.
I haven't read any reviews on it yet. We should look them up, see what kind of scores it's getting.
That's the thing I gotta say. You know, I said on the last podcast, be careful with the beta because it doesn't support Intel cards. Still doesn't. I had to actually hack my video card to make it work. So it still runs okay.
You are such an awesome hacker.
I didn't do it. Someone else did. I just read how to do it.
YouTube it.
So I read a tutorial on how to hack. I hacked.
But no, like I said, I don't know. I promote the game completely, man. It's well worth it. The thing I thought that was hysterical is that no one really pre-ordered the game, so when people came to buy it, they couldn't. So I got to tell a bunch of people no and tell them how awesome it was. I love doing that. Nothing makes me happier. Nothing makes me happier than running out of a game that I know people are going to want, and I tell you, you should pre-order it because I'm not going to have a bunch of copies. Yeah, you're just trying to take my money. No, I'm trying to make sure you get the game you're sitting here talking about. Yeah. And literally, people calling like, well, how many copies do you have? I only have pre-ordered copies. Sorry.
I should be able to get mine next week. with money permitting. Unless
I can't wait.
Buy it for me.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Okay.
Amazon doesn't have any money.
But that is what I plan on playing when I go home. More Payday. I want to get higher level. I'm pretty sure Jared and them have already passed me. He was only like 2 or 3 levels behind me this morning.
Well, see, that's kind of my fear too. Like, I did pre-order it, and I pre-ordered the collector's edition. Like, when I jump into it, it'll be like kind of when I jumped into it later on. It's going to be kind of shitty that.
No, it's not. You're going to be a lucky bastard. We're all going to have buzzsaws and you're going to be making a shit ton of money through the game.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
You'll be raking out in missions.
You got a PS3?
Yeah,
Right. So you and I will be getting it at the same time.
Roughly, give or take.
And believe me, like I said, between me and Jared, we're both going to have buzzsaws and all that shit. You're going to make killing.
My thing is, too, is that the way that I was thinking the game is going to play is like if you have the buzzsaws and you crack open all this shit, then you get the money for it. I didn't know it divvied out the money like that. I figured it would just be like, what you take is what yours.
So when it says you divvy out the money, there's card 1, which is always money, card 2 is always a mod, card 3 is always
random.
3 randoms.
And you get all of them?
No, you pick
You
one.
get to pick one.
Pick one, and then you get that card.
So my dumbass, I have such terrible luck. I'll get a mod or the dumb mask 4 or 5 times in a row, get no money, and I won't have enough money.
Well, you
No,
can not
you still
really.
make money at the end of the level. It's just a bonus.
The
kind of.
jewelry
Thank you for
store
explaining.
on Overkill, you get a lot of money.
What's overkill?
Overkill's difficulty.
It's the hardest difficulty.
You didn't
It's a
explain any of
nightmare.
that, so you can't throw words out
on
like
Overkill.
Okay, you can't throw out terms
Yeah,
like that.
there's
Listeners
hard,
might not
very
know.
hard, and overkill. 3 difficulties, or the
Same
harder
again?
difficulties. There's normal, hard, very hard, and overkill. How it's judged is you have a star system. Don't get me wrong, because the star system inevitably tells you the true difficulty. You might be on a normal mission, but if it's, 7 out of 10 fucking stars, it's really going to be a pain in the ass on normal. It doesn't matter if it's got how you can tell a game's or a mission's going to be hard is it has a gold star in it. How you can tell it's going to be really hard, it has 2 gold stars in it. How you can usually tell it's going to be a fucking nightmare, it's littered with yellow stars. And as far as I know, I don't know if it goes to any other crazy
Skulls.
colors.
It's skulls on PC. It's 3 skulls.
It's stars on
Huh.
Xbox, or not
That's
Xbox, PlayStation.
Well, you and I
so there
will
we
be
go.
playing it.
Yeah, we'll play
I don't
My
play a lot,
question,
so-
though,
I know.
have you figured out how to get C4,
I'm not playing
or
it
what
1 in the
class
morning.
has C4?
You need to.
Ghost, I
You
thought.
need to.
Ghost?
If you want to be competitive
what I
in the
thought. I haven't
gaming,
seen it.
then you
But,
have to
all
do
right,
it.
before we get all
Yeah, you guys
separate,
are talking. We're trying to talk over here.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what class has
You
C4.
guys can do it later.
I want my C4, man.
All right, so overall, let's finish Pay 2 to the Heist. Very positive from Jacob and Brad here. And on the interwebs, they have anywhere between 7 and 8 is its average score. So that's a solid. That's
I'll take
solid.
it. I'll give it an 8. I give it honestly, I'll give it a 9. If they fix their stupid server issues, because right now it's really hard to link up with people, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Well, here's my thing too: is it a 9 or you're saying it's an 8 out of 10? But are you saying that for just the game overall? But it is a budget title for people that aren't buying the collector's edition. It's only a $40 game. So for a $40 game, is it? You're saying it's a 10?
Well,
That's my question.
no. It's I wouldn't say it's a 10. For a budget game, you definitely can't beat the price for $40.
That's what I'm.
I mean, it's well worth it, especially if you play online. If you do a lot of online gaming, it's completely worth it. I mean,
If you're a PC gamer, $30 budget
Yeah.
title.
That's
I mean,
killer.
don't get me wrong, it might not be for the guy that's all about team deathmatch and shooting his friends or other people. But if you like stuff like Left 4 Dead, you never got to enjoy it on the PlayStation, and I'm pretty sure anybody that had a PlayStation originally that played Payday 1 has bought Payday 2. I say that full confidently because I don't know anybody that played Payday 1 that was like, I don't like this game.
I'm excited to play it.
I think it's more. If you like Counter-Strike, this would be an amazing game. I don't know if you
I can't say that because I hated Counter-Strike.
Oh, if you like Call of Duty, I don't know if they'd care for this game. This is way too much thinking.
All right, with that, since we've insulted some people, Justin, tell me about Luigi.
I played Luigi U. I finally downloaded it. Okay, I'll sit closer. Shit. I downloaded it. I got it for $20. The physical copy, I think's $40, if I'm not mistaken. It is a DLC to the actual New Super Mario Brothers Wii U edition, whatever it's called. It's Luigi. Mario. The way the game starts is you're pretty much having tea time with the princess. Bowser's ship comes from like Mario 3, and a giant arm comes down and picks Mario, Luigi, and the Toads and throws them X amount of miles away. The way Luigi U starts, it's the same thing, but Mario is gone. The only thing at the table of Mario's is his hat. Mario is 100% gone. And then it just does the same thing and whips you to the levels. I don't think the levels are the same because I never actually got to play the the Wii U version of it. I have it. I just never did it. I wanted to play Luigi, so I'm a big Luigi fan.
Oh, the levels are different.
Oh, the actual levels are different. As much as we talked about playing 1-1 on the original Super Mario Brothers, I died like 7 times on the Luigi U one, because if you've played them, you know you have to get all the 3 coins to progress at the end of the game to get to the actual final levels. It was a pain in the dick. These ones are actually super hard to find. And the first couple levels, not so bad, because they are pretty blatant. You know, jump here. Or, like, there's one, because you have the new... It's called the P Acorn, and it's squirrels would drop an acorn, you get a squirrel suit. You can run, jump, and then glide upward, and then you just slowly descend. One of the coins is under a platform, so you have to run, fall off the platform, and then dive back up to it. Took me a little while, and each level is a minute long. You have to do all that stuff within a minute. It's kind of a pain in the ass. It was fun for me once I started going, but it was pretty fun.
I think original Mario was only like 90 seconds.
I think it was longer than that.
It's just 399 seconds.
Could have been. I don't remember. I don't think it ever had a really long timer, though. I always remember being a kid being like, I'm going to run out of time, shit.
Well, like, you know how it would hit that minute mark and the music would change? That's how your level starts. Dun-da-dun, dun-da-dun, dun-da-dun. And then you take off running. It's cool, though. You play with 2 different Toads. You play with the yellow and blue one, I think. And then, because I haven't played it on multiplayer, I only played by myself. And then you play with Nibbit. Nibbit is what replaces Mario.
You play with yourself?
I play with myself. I did. But Nibbit is a rabbit. It's a play on words. It's like a thief rabbit. But he's immune. He can't be killed unless it's by bosses, which is pretty cool. Like, he can get hit and stunned, but you can't actually kill him. Pretty fun, though. I got through the first entire world, got all the coins but one. The bosses, they almost feel like the same bosses from Mario 3. It's a Mario game.
Solid controls.
Yeah, great controls. Luigi is a bitch to play with because he has more momentum, and that's what they talk about, too, is he jumps higher. He does his little float thing, kind of like he did in 2. He'd kind of run quickly and go higher. But he has more momentum, so if you're holding it and you run, he'll slide, and he'll slide, then stop. Because they just give him more momentum, is what they say.
Isn't Mario fatter, though, so shouldn't he have more momentum?
But
yes.
Luigi's bigger, like he's taller.
But
I guess.
I wonder what their weights are.
I can Google it, and I can try to figure it out. But that's how they separate, obviously, playing from Luigi to Mario, is he has more momentum, but he can jump higher. Like, his downfall is his momentum, but he has the buff of jumping higher.
But if he can run faster and compensate for the little bit he might weigh less, he could have more momentum.
But, like, you know when you run with Mario, like, he'll stop or he'll slide a little bit? Like, Luigi will fucking slide. Like, I've slid and fallen off into holes because I couldn't stop in time. It's not too bad, but it's a fun game. It was great.
How long did you play it?
Like I said, I did the whole first world, and I redid every level to make sure I got all 3 coins, because I know from the original Wii U or the Wii version, you had to do it to get to the final levels. If it's anything like the Wii version, at the end, it's going to be a fucking nightmare to try to get those coins.
How many levels do you think it'll be?
I would say there's probably 6 per each area, and there's probably going to be 5 areas. So I would say in the first area there were 6 levels, not counting like Toad. Like, each time you go to a Toad house, it has the little mini games like in 3. About probably 30 levels, and I'm sure at the end it's going to get fucking hard.
So if you really love New Super Mario Bros. Wii U for $10 extra,
if you want it, because it's actual downloadable content right now from the marketplace or the eShop or Nintendo Shop, whatever they call it. But if you don't have internet for it, you can get the physical copy this month, unless it's already out. I don't know if it's actually out yet.
I don't think so. I think it comes out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and then you can do it that way, but it's actual just DLC. And the way you go into it is you actually turn on, normal Super Mario Brothers, and then there's an option on the screen, go play Luigi U.
So if you want to just play with Luigi U, you have to wait and buy that.
Yeah, if you don't have internet and you can't just download it, you have to wait a couple weeks for it till it comes out. I have to actually look it up and see when it comes out.
What if you had internet but didn't have Mario?
You can't play it. It's literal DLC. It's like
you have to have the disc in.
You
there.
actually have to have Mario Brothers U to get.
It's like play zombies or anything like that in Call of Duty.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. I was just going to go buy it, and then when I went to go buy it, it said you have to have the disc. Do you have disc? And I said yes, but I didn't update it in a while, so I had to go through the whole update process to actually get it to download finally.
Oh, listen to that. The Wii U's a big boy console. It has updates and patches.
Well, the update was probably the game anyways.
That's what I was thinking.
You bought it, it unlocked
Actually, no, because the download, for it just to be kind of an add-on, it took like And I have, pretty good internet. It took, 5-10 minutes to download the whole thing. And I didn't play it on my actual TV, I just played it on the tablet, which was...
The whole time?
I played the tablet the whole time and watched TV in the background.
Love that about that.
That is cool. That is very, very unique. Is it worth it? I mean, if
for $20 for the add-on, I say yes. I mean, if you're not a giant Mario fan, I wouldn't recommend to go buy a $40 game and then buy the $20 DLC, because you're not getting anything new per se. You're just playing with just Luigi. Me being a little brother, I always grew up playing with Luigi, so I always liked Luigi over Mario. I always actually enjoyed him better. Until they made him, he was always Spanish in, Super Mario Strikers, so he had, the weird Spanish music and stuff. I always thought that was weird.
they're both Italian.
Yeah, exactly. Fun fact
Not in
about...
the movie.
They were
He's
Italian in the
Mexican.
movie. No.
John Leguizamo?
I think he's Puerto Rican, not Mexican.
Whatever. I
You're
was
racist.
going to say, but he's
You're goddamn racist.
definitely not a
Virginians are so
shout.
racist.
He's
Jesus.
definitely not Italian. God damn.
But fun fact.
Johnny Depp's not Native American.
I agree.
Go ahead.
I don't.
2%.
I don't know if we
So
could.
cool.
There's a Facebook community that I'm a part of. I think the Did You Know Gaming.
Yeah.
They had one after actually the day that I bought Luigi U. They had a fact about Luigi. The reason why they named him Luigi, he was originally his name. It's like a weird. It's Rigi is a Japanese word for the same, so that's why they named after Mario. They named him Luigi. It was kind of like a play on word, Rigi into Luigi because he was Italian.
You mean Jumpman?
I'm just telling you what the game. What they
No,
told me
that's
online.
what a Mario was originally called, Jumpman.
When they what's it called? Well, it's because Luigi didn't come in till the Atari version of.
I think it was two Marios, wasn't it?
No, he was Luigi because it was the Super Mario Bros. In that one.
Oh, that's right.
Because it was the first level you had to kill each other. It was basically like a deathmatch game.
Death Battle!
Love that shit.
And another fun fact is they switched Mario's colors. I don't know if you've ever noticed that subtly. That his color palette swapped.
He was orange and red, right?
Well, no, his
That's when he was Fireman.
he had red overalls in the beginning and a blue shirt. Now he has blue overalls with a red
Yeah.
shirt. They did it subtly. And I don't know why they did it, but
Red's violent.
that might be it. But,
So, you want to talk about Earthbound?
I can. Earthbound. I bought it on a whim, kind of, because you told me to buy it.
He didn't buy it on a whim going and buying a $200 cart. He's playing it on...
My Wii U.
Okay, playing it on the Wii U. He's not a purist, people.
No. Oh,
so
God,
let's
no.
just throw that out there. He's not actually playing on an Earthbound cart.
No. I could borrow yours because I could play it on my Retro Duo.
You could.
You told me that it came out, and I was like, okay, I've never played Earthbound, and everyone, Ness was in, Super Smash Brothers, and it was this iconic game, so I'm like, fuck it. It was only like $10, so I downloaded it. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of my favorite role-playing games I've ever played. The battles are kind of which I explained to you, because there's no actual physical battle, like if you play like a Final Fantasy where you'd see the characters either shake or just somewhat interact. If it's almost like you see through their eyes, and it's kind of text-based. Very realistic, which I think's pretty cool. Every time you have to save the game, you actually have to call your dad, and he'll mark your log down. A lot of cool stuff in it. The way
You have
that
real money.
yeah, you use real money.
Put in a bank. You have to have a credit card.
Yeah, the cool thing about it is when you do a battle, it's not like you earn X amount of experience. You got this, you did this. You don't find out, like, when you earn money from a battle, it's your dad deposited money into your bank account. That's your money from the battle. It'll tell you how much experience you got, and then he'll tell you how much you need to get to your next level. And it'll be like the enemy, and it's not like you killed or defeated the enemy. The enemy has become tame. He's not, aggressive anymore. Which I thought was pretty cool because you're fighting like snakes and stuff in the beginning. But like
And
when
the
you
hippies.
and you fight like the shark gang. Wow, those guys are douchebags. The skateboard guy skates hard at you and hits, and like you get your fucking ass kicked in that game. I've honestly never played a game that was so hard in the beginning like this one.
It's kind of cool, too. The weapons on it, are baseball bat or broomstick and stuff like that. It's yo-yo. It's all realistic stuff. And it's fun. It's a little kid's thing. You have to remember this is from, the 90s as well.
Oh, that's my thing. Is it an actual just port? Or
Yeah,
is it
it's a
a
port.
remake with with new stuff added?
It's a port.
The way it works is when it came out in... Well, the one he's playing is an exact port, but there's Earthbound, which is actually Mother in Japan. We never got that one. So when they brought it over here on the Super Nintendo, Earthbound on the Super Nintendo is actually Mother 2. And if you want to play, which was on the Nintendo, and they're basically the exact same game, there's Mother or Earthbound 0 for us, kind of like with the Final Fantasy issue, the numbering and everything. And then Earthbound on the Super Nintendo is Mother 2. That's what they call it in there. And then there's Earthbound 3, or Mother 3, excuse me, and then that Earthbound is on the DS, I think, or something like that, or I don't know, it might have been on the PSP, I don't remember exactly, but
it's pretty cool. Like, your magic, you don't actually have a magic meter, you have what is like psi powers, and as you level, you develop new moves, healing and stuff like that. It's fun though. It's hard. Like, a couple of the characters I was fighting, like,
sorry to cut you off. So this one is a port of the Super Nintendo one, then?
Yes.
All right, well, then now a lot of it makes sense. Because I was about to say, I've seen a bunch of the videos for it, and if that shit was from a Nintendo game, like, that's mind-blowing.
no, the Nintendo game looks almost exactly the same, except the graphics are Nintendo graphics 8-bit, and this is 16-bit. But he's playing the exact port from the Super Nintendo. Like, if you put the Wii U on his TV and I plug in my Earthbound on my Super Nintendo, they would look exactly the same. Virtually.
Yeah, I mean, virtually, besides, obviously, the colors and how the HD would look. I played that one also on the tablet. I don't actually play it on the big screen. It plays well. The controls were kind of weird in the beginning because if you pressed A, it would bring up that's how you bring up your menu, and it would be like talk, psi power, or it would say psi, goodies, and check your backpack, stuff like that.
Kind of like how Dragon Warrior used to do it, weird like that.
But if you hit talk and there's no one around you, it'll be like, who are you talking to? It's very realistic in that sense. And there's pretty cool parts, like you'll go to the drugstore, because you'll go to a town and like there's hotels, hospitals, nothing like, it's really realistic, which I thought was really cool, even for the time when it came out. You go to the drugstore and that's where you buy medicine if you need it, equipment, stuff like that. And like I walked up to the ATM machine to withdraw money, and there was a dog. I ended up talking to the dog, and it's like the dog starts talking, and he's like, I'm the invoked spirit of the game developer, and he gives you like hints and stuff, which I thought was really cool, because the way that you can tell things are upgradable, because there's no like, when you buy an item, like let's say I had a baseball hat and I go get a hard hat or something, the screen will flash if it's better for you. If it doesn't flash and it just stays there, then it's equal. But then if it does something else, if it's less, it's not as good for you. There's a couple little cool things that I thought were fun about it. You could probably elaborate a little bit more.
Random Wii U question. You say you're playing it on the tablet, not on the TV?
Yeah.
Can you plug headphones into the tablet?
Yeah, you have a headphone jack. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it, because it actually has built-in speakers, too. So you have a volume meter and stuff like that.
How many songs have you found so far?
I haven't found any. I'm in the second town. I've been playing for like 5-6 hours. Like, I'm hardcore grinding,
leveling up.
Oh yeah,
I'm only going to fly through a huge chunk of it.
I actually went to I fought the first, which is the ant. Then it talks about the sanctuary. You fight for your first sanctuary
when you get to the animals and you start fighting all the animals.
Yeah, I fought the ant, which he wasn't really too hard, but the cave getting into it. The thing about the battle system that I thought makes it fucking hard was, like, I'm fighting, let's say, this gang of the Shark Gang, like, and it's not random battle. You actually see the characters. So I walk down the street and I get attacked by one, and then if there's 3 or 4 around, they will all run at the battle too. Like, they all try to fight you at once, and you'll have 3 or 4, and then they'll be like, skater dude calls for help, and then another 2 will come, and another 2, and they will beat the absolute mess out of you. Good.
How many characters do you have right now?
I haven't even got to the girl yet. I'm still playing with just Ness.
Okay, just have Ness.
Yeah,
wow.
And I explored the town. I'm making sure I'm doing everything and trying to grind as best as I can. It's fun though. I was really surprised how funny, because like I was so apprehensive when I was texting you about it. I was like, I don't know, but it's fun. It's actually, I think you would love the shit out of it, Brad.
I hate that type of battle system.
Only downfall.
Yeah, but you just got to get past that. It's an old Super Nintendo game. I think nostalgia feeling, you'd really, really love it.
It's pretty cool when
everybody.
you crit, though.
Blue Dragon's awesome.
Blue Dragon was a fantastic game.
It looked like it. I just couldn't do its battle system, man.
It had a Final Fantasy battle system. You didn't like how you played with shadows.
Exactly.
That was what you liked, but. The cool thing about when you crit, it's not like you crit and you hit for 27. It's like smash. You hit them so hard. You hit for this amount, which I thought was really cool.
You knock their mother in the next week.
And you're using a baseball bat, so I just imagine him cracking them.
Baby Joel.
Yeah, exactly.
Baby Joel.
What do you got a question?
Why were you apprehensive just because it's an older game?
I looked it up before I wanted to buy it, because everyone iconic, Earthbound, and then when it came out for the Wii U, I was like, okay, $10, I could swing that, not a big deal. I wanted to see how the battle system was, and when I saw the battle system, it has the menus, and you see the enemy, but you don't see your character. And I was just kind of like, why don't you see your character? So the enemy will shake. I was like, if I could just see my character, if he just shook back at him, it would kind of, I'm using my imagination, essentially. Well, go ahead. No, I
was just thinking of it, you guys talked up Payday, and we on this side of the table have not played Payday. Maybe I'm a little apprehensive now, thinking, if I get in there and I don't feel like the controls are solid, or I think the upgrades suck, or it doesn't seem like that fun, and I spent $40, and because I never played the first one, so I have no clue what I'm getting into, I'm a little apprehensive right now about playing it, because you guys have talked it up how awesome it is, and I could think it blows Donkey Kong.
It's not, though. Don't worry.
I just asked because I know some people, they will not play retro games because they're old.
Well, a lot of things is this generation, from just my experience in the retail gaming industry, is people suck the dick of graphics. And I can't stand that. People won't go back and play good old games because the graphics suck. I'm not playing the game because I won't play Minecraft because the graphics suck.
Yeah.
Why? The graphics don't make a game, and they never will.
Well, if you look at games that try to get by on graphics alone, they've been complete and utter flops and failures. I can't think of any right off the top of my head right this second. I'm sure we probably come up with a few between the four of us, but
graphics do go hand in hand. I mean, Heavy Rain would have been just as good. I mean, obviously it wouldn't have been good as 8-bit because you do need the cinematicness to it. But if the graphics were, worse off, if they were, PS2 per se graphics, it still would have been good. It's not the graphics that made that game; it's the story, it's the gameplay that pushed that game along.
Well, Mario Galaxy has really good graphics and it's a really fun game. But I say Super Mario Land on the Super Nintendo is a million times better, and it doesn't have even close to the same graphics.
When we were talking about Punch Out, and I was talking to somebody and they said I could never play that again because it's so old and it looks so terrible. But what plays like Punch Out? Nothing plays like Punch Out. It's such a fun game. Yeah, people like Punch Out. There's nothing that plays like Punch Out there right now. Nothing.
Except for Punch Out Wii U or Wii.
Yeah.
I always wanted to play it, but I never did.
What's it cost?
I don't know. It's probably like $20, if that, maybe a little bit more.
Was.
I don't know. It's pretty popular on the Wii, actually. It's harder to come across.
It's probably one of the
But I don't know. I don't think that the formula is not there because obviously with Mario they still make, even though with graphics of the looks prettier, but essentially it's still like even Luigi U. It's still the same gameplay system as we played on the Super Nintendo in '95. It's really no true difference.
Run, jump, smash. There's really nothing. They get the power ups, but it doesn't really change. It doesn't manipulate the game.
You didn't say anything about the power ups on Luigi U.
The only one that I saw that was really different that I've gotten so far was the it's the P-Acorn, and it's the one that the squirrels drop. Everything else has been the same. The ice flower, the propeller hat, all the stuff that I've seen so far.
Yes, as far as I know, everything for it's identical except there is no Mario.
Yeah, it sounds fun. Sounds good. All right, I guess I'll go last. So going on with our summer arcade games, I got Charlie Murder, and I did buy this one. It's done by Ska Studios, the people that did The Dishwasher and Vampire, whatever.
The Dishwasher, the moment they do the ran around with the two swords and you just mutated shit on 2Ds scrolling.
Yeah,
all right,
it wasn't too. Well, one was a cleaver and one was.
That game was amazing though.
Yeah, and this one is basically kind of the same as that. It's 800 Microsoft points, and I did buy it. Has 30 achievements, which I thought was kind of cool. Very unusual for a downloadable title. You can do local game or online. So it has that. It has voice chat. Ha 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 ha.
Well, it's an Xbox game.
I know, but
you have party chat. Everything is party chat.
I know. I still just want to give you shit.
Don't worry, Dragon's Crown's still better than anything you've played.
I think that Charlie Murder is, for the price, is almost equivalent. We could put it in the same category because it's only $10 and not 40. It's the same thing. It's a side scroller beat 'em up. You get 5 different characters, which are the same thing as you said with your different people. You get Charlie, who's a berserker. Lester's a mage, Tommy's a shaman, Rex is this huge tank, and then Kelly is a mesmer. I thought you'd think that was funny. And it's a girl. Mesmer's a girl.
Mesmer?
Mesmer. So it's a beat 'em up 2D side scroller, and I think it plays exactly like Dragon Crown. I feel like I'll play Dragon Crown. I'll let you know the comparison.
Well, say you might want to play the game before you jump to that bold ass conclusion, sir.
I understand you're a fan of the game. As an onlooker, all 2D side-scroller beat-em-ups are all the same. Essentially they are all the same.
I will agree with
Scott
that.
Pilgrim is no different than fucking Ninja Turtles from the early 90s.
I disagree. They don't get me wrong.
There's
They all
different
play the
aspects.
same.
Yes, that's
but
what I'm saying. They all
don't.
play the
They're
same.
They're all their own games though, because Scott Pilgrim doesn't really play like Ninja Turtles, because Ninja Turtles, you could throw people at the fucking screen. You could fucking grab people. You can't do that in Scott Pilgrim. Don't get me wrong. There are differences in the games. There are things that
you're
are
arguing
different.
semantics, essentially.
Gameplay, man. It's all gameplay. It's
Like
still part of the
Mario.
gameplay, regardless if you're walking on a 2D platform.
All the Mario
Side
games are
scrolling.
generally the same.
But that's like saying, like, Black Ops is so much different than Black Ops 2. There's not. They're essentially the same game with slight differences.
So not
to say, it's that much of a comparison, but beat-em-ups are beat-em-ups.
So this is a beat 'em up, and I thought it was good. You can pick up the weapons temporarily and use those before they break. Some of the stuff that you pick up, besides like picking up a hammer or a wrench and things like that, is when you kill the guys, their arms fall off and their heads fall off, and you actually pick up their arms and heads and legs and use those as weapons. And so there was one point in time where I had probably, I think it was close to 15 in a row. I don't remember. I counted them, and I can't remember the exact number because I didn't write it down because I was in the middle of playing. It was something like 15 body items lining up in a row, and they all sit on the same plane on the screen, so it was funny, like right along that area, because you're moving up and down on the kind of 2D beat 'em up, and it was all right in a row where they'd all died in the exact same place, and it was like 15 in a row. It was like leg, arm, head, leg, arm. And it was hilarious because I would just pick them up, you'd hit them with 2 hits, and I'd pick up the next one, hit with 2 hits, and it was kind of funny. The music is fantastic, and I'm not even a hard rocker guy, but you're part of like a heavy metal band, Charlie is, and these people, and so I think you would really dig the music. Justin, I think you should go and get the demo of this. There is a demo, obviously, for all the summer arcade games, but this one's $10. I did buy it. I played it for like 2 or 3 hours. You can level up your characters and get upgrades and stuff in this, just like Dragon's Crown. The boss battles are cool and fun and unique. It's really good. It's really fun.
I'm gonna have to check it out on Brittany's system.
Yeah,
I like the over the top gore.
Yeah, I mean, get the demo. It's a small little download, and it's a lot of fun. It's very responsive. Plays good. I played as Charlie, and I played as the girl Mesmer. I didn't like her too, or Kelly, the Mesmer girl. I didn't like her, but I played Charlie the Berserker, and he's semi-quick, semi-strong attacks, so you're average. But some of the other ones look fun too, and I definitely will play through the other ones and maybe give more feedback on Lester, Tommy, and Rex if I have time next time. And then next week's is
Turtles.
no, it's the week after that.
Ninja Turtles is 24th, isn't it?
Yes, I think.
No, but that's not this week. That's the following week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
remember what
Today's
next-
Sunday. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Yeah, it's because they come out on Wednesday, which I was so bummed about. I was all like, on Tuesday, I was like, all right, sweet, I'm gonna go home and get Charlie Murder and play this game. It's so great. I get home and I'm like looking on my Xbox, go, where's that? I was like, no way, I got the days wrong. This is not happening. Games always come out on Tuesdays, right? Games always come out on Tuesdays. Go online, Summer Arcade. Where's the list? Damn!
That seems to be the theme of this last week. No games came out on the day they were supposed to.
We should rename that the episode. Games don't come out on time. Games.
That's how I felt with Payday.
28th for Ninja Turtles.
So what comes out?
It's next Tuesday.
So what comes out
next
this
Wednesday?
Wednesday. What comes out this Wednesday?
I know Final Fantasy 14 comes out next Tuesday.
Look it up.
I'm doing it. No dead air.
No
Keep
dead
talking.
air.
Keep
I'll
talking.
keep talking.
I can't remember.
I don't know. I haven't turned on
Have
an
you ever
Xbox
been
system in years.
On it's
Yeah.
it's no.
I use it for Netflix.
.com, and then it has the button for when Darth Vader goes no. It says press in dire emergencies.
Well, while you're looking that up, so we can talk about what game I'll be playing new besides Payday 2, which I'm getting, and Dragon's Crown on the Vita, which I have coming because I got GameFly. So I have a lot. I feel like I'm Jacob or something. All the games I'm playing, just teasing you.
Doesn't end, man.
Do you want to
Especially like I
play
said
one
with GTA multiplayer coming out next month. Like I hate the fact I'm getting an MMO, and then
Flashback.
a month later I'm getting another MMO more or less.
So next week I'll be playing Flashback as well
There's
as
so many coming out.
all the
There's-
others.
Oh, there's so many MMOs. There's what's it fucking called? There's Final Fantasy. Then Diablo comes out, and then.
Diablo's not a real MMO.
Well, I don't consider.
But
it
I mean,
MMO.
saying
It's-
in the realm of playing games online with your
multiplayer,
friends,
yeah.
like, oh, it's so
like
ridiculous.
Dragon's Crown's got me pumped up for Diablo. I can't wait just because it was.
There's a new MMO coming out called WildStar, and I think it's made by the guys that did Guild Wars. It's like Guild Wars meets Team Fortress, but it's sci-fi, and you can actually, your guild can actually buy a fortress and like buy cannons and stuff and defend against other people.
I think you talked about that once before.
It looks pretty cool.
Sounds like they're stealing ideas from comic books. It sounds like fairy tale.
What?
Yeah, it's a manga with the gayest name ever, but it's a really good series.
So what I really played mostly this week, well, I tried to play, was Plants vs. Zombies 2. Came out on the 15th.
I don't even want to hear that because I'm not even going to play it.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to play it. So
I don't have any iOS stuff.
So here it is. It's only on iOS right now, and it is free. But here's the catch on the iOS stuff, because I have an original iPhone and a 3GS, and you can't play them on that. And I have an iPad
system.
I have an iPad 1. No, that's not it. That's not the thing that keeps you from doing it. You have to have a front-facing camera. When you go to download it, it'll say, sorry, you do not have a front-facing camera. So, like, it wants to see your dong or something while you're playing.
That's what it's going to see, too.
I
Just lay it on the screen.
Why?
So, I don't know, but that's the stipulation. You have to have a front-facing camera. So, I have 3 iDevices I can't play it on.
So I'm never going to get it on my Kindle either.
So you
No.
didn't play it?
No, my wife has an iPhone 4S. So I did get to it, but I can only play it when she's not using her phone, and she has that thing strapped on her.
It's a woman, I don't understand. You don't got to say anymore.
She has her phone closer to her than I have my cock to me. Seriously. It's
Or her.
ridiculous. Or her. Definitely her. That's my wife. Plants vs. Zombies 2, I want to say that I was the biggest Plants vs. Zombies player. I played it on... I've said this before. I played it on my Xbox and got all the gamer score and played it so much, did all the achievements and everything, did the in-game achievements. I played it on my computer. I played it on my wife's computer and did all those achievements just so I could play it again through like it was the first time again. I played it on my Windows phone so I could get the achievements for that because I loved it so much. I got it for the DS. I got it for my wife's iPad. I've played it so many times. Yep, it's free to play.
I thought I was bad because I have it on Xbox, PC, and Kindle.
Yeah, and I've played it so many places, and I love this game. I'm not sure why it's getting the great reviews it's getting. I think they have too much of the nostalgia feeling when they're writing those reviews. That they played it ton like me, they didn't have it for a few years, nothing to wet their whistle, nothing like this game because it's so unique, and now they have it again. To me, I was really disappointed because all it is cashing in on the microtransaction craze right now. You can buy coins and do anything you want and unlock anything, and you can essentially not have to beat a single level and just buy stars, which are kind of one of the in-game currencies to get to the next set of boards. And I felt like that was so disappointing. It's basically like a Facebook game. The whole game is designed around the 2 new powers, plant food and power-ups, which you buy with coins, which you can buy with real money.
So it's a pay to win.
Yep, it's a pay to win. And I thought that was really, really bummed me out. And they made it... In the first one, they had all those super challenges and stuff. You know, you went to the little extra garden area and you clicked on the tombstone. And you could do the play as the zombies, or you could do the last stand, or you could play the bowling ones, or the break the vase, and there were all these other unique mini games. And some of them were really hard. And they were hard by the way they were designed. Now, it's not hard by design. It's just they throw a ton of zombies at you really early in the game when you don't have a lot of plants. Why? To force you to buy some of the package deals where you spend $10 and you get this zombie and this many coins and this, and it just feels like it's tacked on. They made it hard just to make you buy stuff early so you won't be patient and be like, ah, and you just want to spend money to move on. I don't know.
Sounds like most tower defense games I've ever heard of on any type of operating system mobile. I quit playing them so long ago because of that. It's just aggravation. That's why I don't do mobile games either, though. I don't do any of the mobile type games other than like the handheld, like console-based mobile gaming. But
I've never once played Plants vs. Zombies ever.
Wow.
Me downloading the second one just now is the closest I've ever been to touching it.
The other day, I made a new character in Guild Wars, and this plant character. And during the storyline, you have to protect this woman, and she has these seeds, and you're throwing down the seeds, and they're fire, flower cannons, and ice, and there's zombies coming at you. And my buddy stopped. He's like, "Wait a minute, are we playing Plants vs. Zombies?" And we were.
Well,
Didn't even realize it.
Well, there is the only hope I have now is that maybe they said, well, this is going to be a free cash cow because everybody will download it and we'll get some of the people that will, drop $5-10 and we're going to make a few million. Like you said, they only need so many to make tens of thousands of dollars and it'd be profitable. But my hope is for Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, which is like the third-person shooter one. That's my saving grace now. Is I love Plants vs. Zombies so much, and I like shooter games, so maybe with that cross hybrid, I'll like it.
Hopefully it'll be good, but I don't know, man. My thing is, I noticed PopCap selling out when they did Bejeweled. Like Bejeweled, really? Your microtransaction Bejeweled?
They did?
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
You can buy power-ups to Bejeweled. You can buy, moves that'll get you to make sure you get the crystals right. And I'm like, how can you do this?
It's just like Candy Crush, basically. Now there's certain candies to move on. So in this one, they did do some upgrades. I guess you can get everything for free eventually, but it would take you a lot of grinding to get there. They have the boomerang plant, which is kind of my go-to plant now. It's better than like the double P shooter because it throws a boomerang and it can hit something 3 times on the way out and then 3 times on the way back. So essentially it can hit something 6 times. It's not very powerful, but if you put 2 or 3 of those bad boys in a row, it does pretty good. They have the plant food now, which you can buy with coins, which you can buy with money, or you can actually earn them inside the game, but they don't carry over to the next board or the next little mission or whatever. Basically, the plant food is you can use on any of the plants, and it does something special for you instantly. So you put a sunflower down, you get the plant food, you hit the sunflower, it pops up like 400 sun real quick. So you can get sun really fast. If you have a walnut and you put the plant food on the walnut, it encases him like in a metal casing. If you put it on one of the shooters, it basically makes them shoot super fast real quick. Put it on a potato mine, the potato mine explodes, but it explodes with 3 more potato mines that are shot out across the board, which is kind of cool. So the plant food just makes all the plants souped up, like plant food would. And then the other things are your power-ups, which are basically a rip-off from other zombie games that I played on touchscreens. Is you have one where you pinch their heads off. So you literally pinch the screen and it pops their heads off. Then you have one where you fling them, and I played a zombie game where all you do is fling zombies, so that was a rip-off. And they have the one where you do a zapper, where you hold it down and you just run your finger across the screen and zap them. The whole thing with all the power-ups, though, and this is one of my main complaints with I can't play it on a PC where I really want to play Plants vs. Zombies, where I had the most fun with it, is my thumbs get in the way. I can't see half the stuff, especially when you're using the power-ups. My fingers cover everything. And then some of the menu buttons are actually over some of the tiles. And if you get close enough, you'll pause the game, or you'll go to the coin screen to like, oh, you want to buy coins? Be like, no, I don't want to buy coins. I'm sorry that my little, burger finger thumbs are big enough to push this. I'm just like, screw you guys. So I know I'm being very, very negative about it, but I guess I had so much. This is a game where you're talking about, I know I took lots of notes. I was just ranting and raving. Sorry.
Page 2. That's all I have to say, people. Page 2.
So one of the things, can I just go?
Yeah.
Let me just go and I'll be done.
All right.
So the music is one of the only things I felt was really improved, and that's a lot saying for me because I'm not a big music guy, but the music seemed pretty cool.
He admitted to me one day, I hate music. I do not like music. If there's one thing I could live without, it'd be music. And I'm like,
your life is
yikes.
sad and boring.
No, it's not. I love my life. No, I retracted that and said, okay, maybe I don't hate music, but if you had to give something up or they were going to kill your children, I would give up music. I'd be okay, I'll give up music. After leveling the last level in a map, you get a Stargate, which then allows you to move on to the next map or the next time. And the thing is, you're trying to get back to the present time so that Crazy Dave can eat his taco that you gave him in the first one because he ate the taco and he wants to eat it again. But when you get to the end of the map and get to the Stargate, you have to have 15 stars, and you only have like 5. So you got to go back through and grind all the levels again and get more stars. You have to basically get these like achievements for each level. And they are pretty fun. They're kind of unique. They took out all those little mini games that I was talking about at the beginning in Plants vs. Zombies. And in Plants vs. Zombies 2, they included those. So you go back to a map, you have to beat basically 1-1 3 times. And so the first time it'll be like, all right, beat it without using, you can't lose any plants. The zombies can't get past a certain point on the board, and that you'll win a star. And then you do it again, you play 1-1 again, and they make it a little more difficult. You can only spend 1,500 sun, and you can only have a maximum of 10 plants on the board. And then it gets like really hard on the third one, where it'll be like you can't lose any plants, you can't lose any lawnmowers, and you can only do such and such things. So they ramp it up for like the 3rd star. I just felt like they also made it where the power-ups are the only way to win. They do give you these alternate paths. The board kind of set up like, I guess, like a Super Mario World, where you go across the board and stuff like any kind of Facebook game. So you go across, and there are keys that you can win when sometimes they'll drop from killing a zombie, and you'll get a key, and if you collect enough of the keys, you can open up alternate paths, and then you can get some of the extra plants. If you don't want to do that, you can just buy the plants. There is some new funny banter between the new sidekick, which is the time machine, and she talks, and Crazy Dave, and that's kind of funny. The story stuff is funny again, and it has all the quirkiness of Plants vs. Zombies, and I really like that. But again, I feel like some of the stuff is just annoying because of my thumbs being in the way and stuff like that. I'll play it some more, but being that I have to play it on my wife's phone because these jackasses put it on iOS devices only with front-facing cameras, and it won't be until the end of the year that they're going to put it on consoles or a PC or something like that, which I don't understand since Plants vs. Zombies started on a PC and basically made Capcom what it is besides Bejeweled. I'm just like, screw you. I will not spend...
PopCap.
Yeah, let's say
PopCap,
PopCap,
not
not
Capcom.
Capcom.
PopCap.
Sorry, my bad. I apologize, listeners. But I
should
will
apologize to Capcom.
I'm sorry, Capcom and listeners. I apologize. I will not give them... I will never spend money on this game. Unless they do a thing where you just buy the game. If it's like, oh, if you just want to pay $10 and you get everything and just play like a normal video game, then that's fine.
I was going to ask how much you spent. And the power-ups, they seem like cheating. Being able to fling them off the screen?
Well, it only lasts for like 3 seconds. Like, you get to fling
Still.
2 zombies.
They just seem, I don't know.
And the mechanic doesn't even work that well like the other games that I play where there's zombie games where you actually just fling them. You have to pick them up and then fling them. So you're doing 2 motions for every zombie. So like you pick it up and then fling, pick it up and fling. And it lasts 3 seconds.
Nah, I'm not about that.
And the controls don't feel like it was obviously designed for a touchscreen. It just doesn't feel good. Maybe it's because I'm playing on a tiny little iPhone screen and I have a HTC and it's a big screen. So
Could be. I don't know. I like you said, I never was one for the Plants vs. Zombies. Just
Sorry.
tower defense game.
I'm done with my rant.
No, it's good though. It's a good one.
I'm just really bummed.
You make me not want to play it.
Play the first one. The first
I
one's
will.
awesome.
Fuck that. I have no desire to ever play that game. Minus Satchel.
All right, so let's take a break and we'll come back with our what if question. Hello and welcome back to Act 2. So tonight we have an okay what if question. We kind of just threw this one together. I mean, it's good, but it's not as in depth as our other one.
out.
No, it's not that. It's just it doesn't. It's going to be quick. So what if you had one video game power or weapon?
Like your
Why would you
life.
want that one? And what would you do with it? Jacob, start us off. Yeah, I'd throw you on the bus.
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
I'll be my
Suck dicks at
engineer for
random.
Guild Wars 2.
We made stipulations. MMO stuff. Remember we talked about this? No MMO stuff.
I'll be my engineer for Guild Wars 2.
No MMO
I know.
stuff.
You should have started with me.
Yep.
It's all good. I'll start. I'd be Sonic. I'd want Sonic speed.
But I think we should do like
No, I want to have like all the
talk,
powers
let him
of
talk.
Sonic. All the powers of Sonic. I don't get hurt. Like if I run into a wall at full speed, I just stop.
I want
can
you to
turn
be as
into a
tall
ball.
As, I want you to be as tall as him.
No,
That's your
no.
downfall. That's
No,
what you
I
have
get
to-
my
you
own
have to have
height.
the downfall.
I agree
You
with
have to
that.
have the height.
Whatever. I'll take Sonic height then. That's cool.
How tall is Sonic?
He's like 3 foot. I get to stare at fat asses all the time. That's pretty. I'm okay with
Your
that.
dick. Your dick height.
And you would have the power to run by and sack tap people at the speed of light. That'd be hysterical. Like there are so
He
many
doesn't
people
run
I
the
would
speed of light. Unless you're talking about hypersonic, then we could maybe
Hey,
go that
hey,
route.
chaos emeralds are possible, I guess. But no, even just the
You gotta find them.
speed of Sonic, or I guess I would just take it. No, because I'd want his powers like that. Because not just his shoes, because the shoes you make him, there's like half of his speed. The shoes I could still get hurt, but no. Sonic the Hedgehog, man, it's the man.
Sonic?
I always remember being a kid. I was like, yeah, he's so like. That's the only thing I thought he was better than Mario for.
Do his legs? Do your legs wrap around like the wheel, like an old cartoon?
I hope
or
they
do you
do.
get like Sonic
No.
where he runs with his arms on his back?
Well, no, I tuck arms on my back because you get speed. You cut through air.
But in Sonic 1, his legs are like the wheel.
Well, no, I want the wheels though.
You want
'cause,
the wheel legs?
Yeah, dude.
Wheel
Gotta
legs.
have the wheel legs.
Did you come up with one?
Portal gun. I think that would
Moon
be
rocks, man.
incredible.
You gotta have the moon rock paint.
I don't remember that. Are
Google
you
it.
sure?
I never played Portal.
There's
so
not much
I'm out
moon rock
this
on
one,
Earth
guys.
either.
There's a whole moon though. You can warp to the moon and back. Oh no, I guess you can't come back.
Justin, what would you have?
I just
You gotta come back to me because I'm still thinking.
for the moon thing. Imagine like Total Recall.
Oh, like
Head and shit, dude. And let me rephrase. I'm talking about the old Total Recall. So all the like little kids out there like, I wasn't in Total Recall.
Arnie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Arnie Total Recall, exactly.
The good one.
The real Total Recall.
real.
I haven't seen the new one.
Neither have I. I only know of one Total Recall.
I don't know if it would be too generic because there's other people with these powers, or it could be any comic book or superhero stuff. I would like to have Cole McGrath's powers.
I thought about it. Don't get me wrong. It did run through my mind because I love Infamous.
then you can't touch water. If he has to have the height, you can't touch water.
Okay.
Because Cole can't touch water.
I hate
you
being
can't
wet.
shower.
I hate
you
being
can't
wet.
Nothing.
I can zap all the dirt and stuff off me.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
I can just start. I could make the electricity just form out my body and kill all the dirt and stuff.
Kill all the dirt, but you still have dirt on you. You couldn't take a washcloth and rub the dirt off your face.
I don't care.
Me and Justin have talked about this, so this is the reason I laugh so much, is because when playing that game, I was like, I'd love to have Cole's power. Justin, like, you couldn't shower, and I'm like, I shower every day.
I'm okay.
It would amplify your power, and you would shock yourself. That's how he dies. And they
Spoiler.
he doesn't. Well, that's
not how he dies in the
But
game,
if
like,
you fall into like the water or anything, even if you walk through a puddle, you get a little hurt. So you could literally touch no water. You couldn't go out in the rain. Couldn't do anything.
I would die of dehydration within 3 days.
That's the power you chose. We got a midget.
Well, no, because he was able to survive, so you're going to be able to survive. You can ingest it. You can't be bathed. You can't bask in water, because I don't even think it was necessarily rain. Like, I don't think rain would hurt him, because it's small amounts of it. Don't get me wrong, it would probably feel like you were getting fucking smacked by something or something like that. I imagine it would sting.
Bee stings.
But I don't think it would be like falling in the ocean.
I can use baby wipes.
No, that's moist.
I can use baby wipes.
It's moist, though.
It'd be like to be going...
Yeah. It would hurt.
It would hurt
Okay,
extremely
but I could do it.
It would be
I would
like,
cool. But I mean, just
like rubbing chore boy all over
I could
yourself.
have charged your phone though. I was just like, bzzz.
You fry it.
I can control it,
No, you would arc it. It would be an arc of electricity, and you would fry the
and
phone.
I would learn how to control it.
That's not a power from the game. You don't learn to control it. You would arc electricity.
I would learn how to control the electricity.
He would take the power into real life. He could figure it out.
I would learn how to control it. I could.
I would say
electricity.
Cole's pretty good at controlling it, because you have to think in the second one he has the conduit weapon, which he channels electricity through.
Hover jets? Come on, that'd be awesome. I'd jump on the roof. That'd be so cool.
I would tackle you and throw water on you.
I would shoot one of those.
I would just keep a hose
I
or a
could
squirt
shoot
gun on
lightning
me.
at you.
I would keep a squirt
I
gun
would
on me at
shoot
all
lightning
time.
on my ass.
I was gonna say, if you actually had the powers, Justin would keep a water gun on him.
All the
And then I
time.
could make the shield, and you'd just be shooting that. Remember his shield?
His shield, yeah. But I would throw water at you.
and then I go like this.
Through the shield. No. Oh, he did it to the side.
Yeah, I just do it right around the side. And I could zoom in, and
That
shoot
was such a better
lightning
one.
bolt right through your head. You'd be dead.
He never even hits it. Like, his lightning bolts are a joke. You could hit a fucking civilian. And
Lightning
they're like,
grenade,
oh!
though.
I can bring people back to
Lightning
life.
grenades.
Light
I-
grenades are where
Lightning
it's at,
grenades.
dude.
I can bring people back to life, and if I go bad, and I start turning red, I can
Suck the life out of you.
suck the life out of you.
Just suck more than the life out of you.
Cole's
though.
power's awesome. He's basically a god almost.
I'll give it to him. I'm down with the Cole.
Okay, I will counteract your power, and I want to be Alex Mercer. I want his power.
I was thinking about
I
it.
just was
Okay,
thinking about
that
that.
was a
God
good one.
Damn it.
I want prototype power.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
And I want Alex Mercer power, not the other guy, because if I could do that, I would want the Mercer, because I want the bug suit. Like, I want the full.
Oh, the
I
big
want the armor.
armor?
Like because I don't know if you guys played Prototype 1 and 2. I was
I didn't
a
play
huge fan.
2, just 1.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's actually a really good game. I'm not gonna knock it. But I love the first one. Probably one of my favorite games ever. And yeah, I just thought about it as soon as
want
before
Alex
you
Mercer.
said it. I was like, "Fuck! I should have went Alex Mercer, not Sonic."
Oh, I kind of was flipping a coin, like, should I go Alex Mercer or Cole McGrath? So, but that one's a good one. That's a good one.
You're basically God. Like,
Well, that's the thing, though. Is do you eventually crack and go on your fucking super ego trip? Like
that might be that would have to be the downfall, I guess. I mean, but depending on the,
It'd be a good battle between you and I.
I would destroy you.
I think I could hold my own for a while.
you would get
I don't
consumed.
know.
I would eat you. He could punch a hole through you and then just eat you. Like,
I
whatever.
mean, electricity. I was like,
You'd be dead. You'd be dead. I would consume you.
I could.
Don't get me wrong.
You
It'd
could run
be
up walls.
entertaining for 10
I can
minutes, and then
fly.
Alex Mercer would devour you.
Big old blade arm.
Like, believe me, my only gripe with Prototype 2 is that I don't believe the guy should have been able to kill Alex Mercer.
Well, it evolved differently in him.
Well,
You got the tentacle arm and
Yeah,
stuff, too.
but it's still, it's like Alex Mercer was fucking. Alex Mercer's my man.
You're just
Right there.
racist, and the second guy was black.
Nope.
you come up with
the
one?
second he was
I
a shit.
changed mine to Crackdown Cop.
I thought about that too. What if you
Crackdown
had
Cop be pretty
full
awesome.
agility orbs?
But that's the downfall. You gotta find agility orbs.
You have to find
agility
orbs everywhere.
Yep, that'd be your downfall.
Whatever, I wouldn't give a shit.
If they
I would start
existed-
jumping buildings small, like the size of this building. By the end of the month, I'd be jumping skyscrapers.
Right,
You've been doing it for weeks. You're fucking falling asleep midair, hitting the dirt.
It wouldn't matter though, because
You
you
have to
die.
find some health orb. I mean, is it all there is agility orbs?
No, all the orbs. You get the strength orbs. All this, you can pick up cars eventually and throw them at people.
No, you get that from beating up.
He'd give you a run for your money then.
No way.
I
Crackdown
just
Cop
stay
would
away
stand
from you
no
and shoot
chance
you.
against Alex Mercer. Or that, let's say the prototype power.
Prototype power.
Do you have long range?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the tentacles. and they go out hundreds of feet.
I could send hunters at you. I could just send my fucking minions and eat you. Because we'll just say that.
I'm only used to killing Mexicans.
That's a good
the first
one.
one was Triad. Racist.
Well, go on our
Okay, Mexicans and Chinese. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Go on our Facebook page and tell us what video game power or weapon you would like, why, and what you would do with it. We have Sonic, we have Crackdown Guy, Cole McGrath, and Alex Mercer. Those are some good ones.
We could probably do another one. Those went really quick.
That's what I said. It was quick. Well, we got other stuff to talk about.
I forgot.
Talk about Orange is Black.
Orange is the New Black. It's a Netflix original show. It's pretty much about a girl that fucks up and she turns herself in and she has X amount of time.
She's lesbian.
She was a lesbian, yes. And
With Donna.
With Donna from that. Oh, God,
And you can
she's
see her
so
breasts.
hot. You can see some boobies. And there's a lot of dirty stuff, though. Like, a girl rubs one out with a fucking end of a screwdriver. Oh, that was gross. Makeshift, like, prison dick. Because you can't say prison pussy, so she makes a prison dick. There's some rough stuff in it, but all in all, it wasn't a bad show. My wife and I, we watched it, but there were some.
How many episodes?
I watched about 6 or 7 of them. She finished it. I didn't actually finish it. I watched about 6 or 7 of them, though.
You wasted that much of your life.
It was the middle of the night. I was just sitting there, zoning out, playing on my phone, whacking it. Fraps.
Wow. We sat down with some friends, and about halfway through, I looked over and I said, I want to go do something. And so we went outside, and friends...
We went outside and played...
I'm gonna go wash myself.
What did you do?
Yeah, we went outside.
You guys just stood outside because you're...
It was more fun. It was more fun staying outside than watching that show.
Well, I want to see where you think it was bad, because I didn't think it was that bad of a show. Obviously, I didn't put 100% forethought into it. I was whatever.
The main girl is...
She's a hit and miss. Sometimes she's hot, and sometimes she's... I'm not... Jesus Christ, you're fucking hideous.
I'm not saying that. I think that her acting is hit or miss. Sometimes she seems to be in the zone and doing really well, and other times her line delivery is horrid. I just thought that was bad. The pacing is horrible.
The pacing is very bad.
I don't like the way it's shot with jumping around. Like, it starts off and like she's in jail, and you've seen her naked, and she's showering or whatever, and then she's out of jail, and she's with Jason Biggs, and then they're you fucking get pies or something, and then she's back in jail, and then she's going to jail, and then it's like 10 years ago, and she's with Donna, and she's a lesbian, then she's in jail, then she's going to jail, and then she's in jail a little bit, then back out of jail, and then in jail a lot further, and then
But it's not that bad in the first episode.
In the first episode, it is that bad.
No way. The first episode, it shows her in jail. She does a shower bit, and then it goes to her with Jason Biggs. Screwdriver bit. And then it's talking about her going to jail. And you don't really get too much about why she's going to jail or stuff. She basically turned herself in. But then you got 30, 40 minutes of her out of jail, and then like towards the end of the episode is when she goes to jail. And then it does the flashback of where the beginning of it started, where she's in the shower. And then, but later on through the show, it jumps a lot. But it always has to do with, like, she's talking about something with these people, and then it'll go to a segment about her life before she went to jail. Pretty funny, though, is she pisses off the lady that runs the fucking lunchroom, and she starves her for like 5 days. Like, she can't eat anything in the entire jail. Can't get anything from a vending machine. Can't fucking do anything, which I think is pretty funny. And it's Captain Janeway from Star Trek.
I think he was a cunt.
She's red. She's a Russian bitch in this, too. They call her Red. She is a fierce man.
Within 15 or 20 usually of any time I've watched a pilot, I know if I'm going to like a show or not, and how much time I'm going to invest into it. Usually, I'm rarely wrong. Just like with the new Hannibal one, I told my wife 25, 30 minutes into it, I said, we can watch a few episodes. I tell you right now, I will not watch anything past season 1.
For The Orange is the New Black, like I said, my wife enjoyed it more than I did. I was interested, but I could take it or leave it. Like, she was like I said, I got to about 6 or 7 into it, and it's only 12 episodes. She's like, I'm going to watch the rest of them, and I'm like, cool, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, I could care either way. If it's on, I'll watch it, but if not a big deal. I didn't invest that much into it.
That's how I felt about Hemlock Grove.
Understandable.
After watching that, I was like, eh.
Well, everybody has their own tastes.
Well, no, I watched Hemlock Grove as well. And I don't know. It was really good. Like, but as it got like further into it, I just stopped caring. Like, I don't know. I guess
you wanted something to happen.
Yeah, I was like, what are we getting at? But I don't know. It wasn't a bad show for Netflix.
Nothing caught my attention about it.
Nothing. Not till the end as stuff started happening and started making sense and everything.
But it just sounds like this show just sounds like a female version of Oz.
Yes and no, and well, they actually make comments about it. They're like, "This isn't Oz, this isn't." And it's a minimum security prison. It's nothing. It's not like fucking Oz, where like there's constant rape and shit like that.
She was a drug mule.
Yeah, that's what you find out. She was a drug mule, and then Laura Prepon or whatever, the Donna from that '70s show, was her girlfriend, and she worked for a big drug cartel. And basically, what happened was that she snitched on her, essentially. And then what happens was it into the first episode, beginning of the second episode, she's in prison with Donna. Like she didn't know she was in prison because she gave herself up and whatnot. But it's not a bad show. There's some funny parts to it, but I mean,
They scissor bang. I'll watch that episode, and that's about it.
Well, let's talk some movies.
I watched John Dies at the end.
Does he die at the end? Spoilers.
No, he does not die at the end. Not at all.
It's a hysterical movie, though.
It's pretty good.
Soy sauce.
The soy sauce was a pretty cool thing. I was working while I was watching it, so I watched most of it. There are some parts I didn't catch, but for the most part, I got the whole story. What it is the guy's explaining his story to a reporter, and it kind of does a jump back and forth, and weird, kind of like a sci-fi-esque movie. Brad probably can elaborate better than I can.
The guy
Elaborate. That's a fucking word.
It starts, and it's this guy and his buddy John, and you end up finding out that John disappears more or less, and I don't know how to really describe the movie because I don't want to spoil anything in it because it's really I really enjoyed the movie. I didn't expect it to be that good. For starters, I don't know, it's always hit or miss when you watch a Magnet film, like the company Magnet. Some of their movies are amazing. Some of them you just kind of sit there
just draw
and
you in.
you watch it and then you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Hobo with a Shotgun. Don't get me wrong, Hobo with a Shotgun, loved the gore value. Stupid fucking movie though, in all honesty.
Movie, yeah.
But that's a Magnet movie. And this is one of their movies as well. But it's a really good story. The way the plot goes, it jumps around a lot, so it's kind of hard to follow, but it's the way it's supposed to be because they do this drug called soy sauce. And it pretty much makes you one with the universe in a sense. You can time travel and all sorts of stupid shit.
It basically gives you not necessarily superhuman powers, you're not super fast or super strong, but you're pretty much in tune with an alternate dimension essentially, or other dimensions.
It's like oneness or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to end up spoiling the ending. But the way it jumps around is really entertaining. And like he said, it's a guy telling his story to this reporter dude the whole time about what him and his friend John went out and did. And John's the first one that does this stuff. And he gets it from this black Rastafarian dude that he's outside telling futures. The guy comes up and he talks to the Rastafarian guy and he tells him his future. And he's like, I bet you're thinking this right now. And the dude gets all freaked out by it because it's what he was thinking. It was literally what he had done the whole day. So he's all freaked out by it and goes off and leaves. The Rastafarian guy goes back to John's apartment. And they all end up doing this crazy drug called soy sauce, and that's where it gets just crazy as hell.
You're making me hungry for Chinese food.
Yeah.
Well, it's a black liquid. It looks like soy sauce.
One of the best parts is they drop it in or the dude opens it and it comes out. It's a fly.
in a pill form.
Well, and then it turns into the fly. It's it turns into a fly and flies around.
I don't know. Yeah, the soy sauce is basically alive.
Are you okay with the witchcraft?
I don't think he's with witchcraft.
What's not witchcraft?
Plugging his ears.
What do I not
Did you get a
care?
haircut?
No.
Okay. Miscellaneous crap. I'm allowed to ask you. It looks like you got a
No,
haircut.
it's fine. Why would I care for witchcraft?
Why? We're just fucking with you.
Oh, no.
We don't want to get burned at a
No,
stake
there's
after this. That's all we're asking. We know how you
really
Christians
think
are.
I'm super
No,
religious?
I didn't even know at all until they said
We're
something
just
like
messing
that.
with you. Go ahead. Sorry,
Okay.
Justin.
Well, like I was saying, is the soy sauce is basically alive. There's a part where he's driving with John in the car, and this guy just out of nowhere pops up behind him, and John had a syringe of soy sauce and ends up poking him in the leg. And he pulls the syringe out, and he looks at the syringe, and the soy sauce has spikes and shit on it, and it's moving. It's a weird movie. Like I said, it's hard to describe the movie as much as I would like to without kind of
Without
ruining
spoiling it. Yeah, it really is.
Well, the beginning of the movie, a girl goes to, I can't remember the main character's name because he's not John. John's his friend.
Yeah, I'm completely
remember
lost
his
on what the
name.
main guy's name was now. I just remember that, he said, John's his
Sean?
friend.
It might be Sean.
No, I don't.
But,
Sean.
But
Sean John.
Sean John.
before you find out, or
It's a
before
rapper.
he starts telling his
Puffy
story to the
Combs.
reporter, because the way the movie starts off to me, they were kind of like not necessarily bounty hunters, but they could deal with like the stuff from the other side, like weird like monsters and stuff.
Like time cops.
Not really. They knew weird shit existed.
Yeah, they knew weird creatures and stuff existed. So they go to John's house, and John like is talking to the chick, and they end up going down to the basement of this house because she was getting beaten up by her stepdad or some shit like that she was talking about. They go down to the basement, and then John's like telling his friend how hot and smoking she is, and he's like, wait, he's like, describe her to me again. And he's like, oh, this blonde chick, blah blah blah, and come to find out, she's the monster. And when you take the soy sauce,
I thought you weren't gonna do any spoilers.
it doesn't have an effect on the actual movie. She's actually a creature. When the soy sauce happens, is each person will portray something differently. Like to Brad, if he did it, the girl might be 5'5", big tits and fat ass. When I see her, she looks like a fucking bass head. So they knew right off the bat that she was something wrong. She ended up turning into like a giant meat monster. It was pretty funny. Like the freezer opens up and like turkey legs and like ribs all come together and turn into a big like.
It looks like the
monster.
shit monster from Dogma, but made of meat.
One of my friends told me I should watch Attack the Block. Have you seen that one? I think it's
I
with
wanted
Nick
to.
Frost,
Nick
which
Frost
is one of
in
the
it.
guys from Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and The World's End. He's the bigger guy.
Yeah.
We're done with what I was talking about. We can go back to what you were talking about, though. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were done with
No, I'm kidding. Good.
John
Yeah.
dies at the end.
That movie
It's a good movie. It is kind of. I'll wrap it up now. It is kind of hard to follow, but bear
It's
with
worth
it.
it. It's worth it in the end.
It gets better. I mean, as it goes on, it is kind of fuzzy, and I'm probably not giving it any justice. But off to Attack the Block. I wanted to watch it, and it's a British film. I know that.
It looks good.
Actually, we should talk about movie 43 because it's there before it. That movie's funnier, probably too.
I watched movie 43. It got really terrible reviews. It's like 1 star, 4% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I thought it was hilarious.
I went and saw it in theater. I would have went and paid for it again.
I wish I would have the opportunity. There's so many big actors in the movie, and my favorite one is the Hugh Jackman one.
With the nuts on his chin, dude. Oh my god, dude.
His testicles are right there on his chin.
Look,
Haven't seen it.
It is
hysterical.
It's not a spoiler.
Yeah, it's
or
not a
anything.
spoiler. Believe it's like the first thing.
I didn't
they
know
show.
he had balls on his chin till just now, so you spoiled it for
Guess
me.
what?
You would know
Spoiled.
instantly.
Fuckers.
You would know instantly. And then the Terrence Howard one. You're black.
Your dick is the length of his arm. That shit's so funny.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about it was the children and the copy machines and stuff like that. I thought that was dumb.
That one, I don't know. My favorite one was probably actually, my favorite one was definitely the little girl when she gets her period.
Oh yeah.
And it's like her dad, and where she's at her boyfriend's house.
Michael Cera's in it.
Yeah, it's her and her boyfriend, and then her boyfriend's dad and his older brother. And she's like, her period comes, and they're like young, like, so it's the first time it's ever happened to her. So
like
she
7th
freaks
graders.
out. The little dude freaks out. His older brother freaks out. The dad gets there, and like by the end of it, they're gonna shove a paper or a roll of paper towels on the end of a goddamn broom, like up her twat, or there's some shit. Because like she's like standing against the wall and she streaks blood. Oh, dude, it's so
it's gnarly.
It's gross,
And the-
but it's
the kid's touching
hysterical.
it. He's like,
Yeah,
"My brother spilled some
brother
juice
spilled
here or
juice
something."
on the cart or on the couch again. I don't know. I'm with you. I know it got horrible reviews, but I thought it was fucking
So many
hysterical.
of them. I want to watch it again probably because I missed so much because I was hard at so many of the things. It's basically it's 16 different shorts. And we really have nothing to do with each other. There's in the very beginning of the movie, they have this one that's a little commercial, and it's called iBabe, and it's making fun of iPods and iPhones and all that. And it's basically this naked real life woman that you play your music from, and it's a full length woman or whatever. And then later in the movie, they're at a board meeting and they're getting sued because the fan is in her crotch, and all the little boys are trying to have sex with her. and they bring one in, and it's the new model, and there's only one woman at the table or whatever, and the CEO goes up and puts his fingers and he's like, "Ooh, that would hurt." He like buzzes his finger and stuff. It's hilarious.
Jeez.
And then there's one of the commercials they joke about the black version. So it's a black chick that comes out. It's so fucking funny, man.
The really controversial Tampax commercial or tampon commercial or something like that is in it as well. That wasn't allowed to be aired here. It was like aired in Europe or whatever. They put it in the movie. It's where the shark goes out. Shark goes and bites or whatever, and it's all about tampons. It's hilarious. It's funny.
No, I have to say, I thought movie 43 was funny. The best part of it was the fact that the ongoing joke of the movie was about. Pretty sure Dennis Quaid was dude from Twister, right?
No,
I can't remember.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. But he plays this crazy homeless guy, and he's actually pitching these as all movie ideas to this studio head. And it's hysterical. He's fucking a trip. I've never seen that guy act like that in a movie.
Fantastic. Anything he's ever
But
done.
Bill Paxton isn't it?
He's
Or
the
is it not?
guy from Twister. Which is
It's not Bill Paxton.
Are you sure?
No, it's Dennis Quaid.
Is it Dennis Quaid? That's
It's
what I
Dennis
thought.
Quaid, and he's
You said
pitching.
Dennis Quaid from Twister. I was like,
Well, no,
Bill
I
Paxton is in
would say I got him mixed up.
No, but I mean, listen to the people that are in this. Elizabeth Banks is in it. Halle Berry is in it. Kate
The cast is
Bosworth is in
nothing
it. Gerard Butler's in it. He plays these little. Gerard Butler plays these two leprechauns. Oh, it's hilarious. Yeah, it's
Not
funny.
only that, the part with Halle Berry and the English dude.
Oh, yeah. Anna
the
Faris is in it. Extreme
Dare.
Dating.
Extreme.
Let's leave some
Truth or Dare.
surprises, guys.
Richard Gere's in it. Terrence Howard, Hugh Jackman, Greg Kinnear is the movie producer that he's pitching it to.
All right.
Johnny Knoxville's in it. Justin Long is in it. He plays Robin. Let's see. Julianne Moore is in it. Chloe Grace Moretz, who's Hit Girl.
oh fuck her, I hate that. I wanna punch her in the
Chris
face.
Pratt's in it. Dennis Quaid. See, Dennis Quaid's the main guy. Liev Schreiber's in it. Sean William Scott. Tony Shalhoub. Emma Stone. Uma Thurman. Naomi Watts. Kate Winslet. Seth MacFarlane. What's his name, too, from Family Guy? Is the dad in the one girl.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, he's in it as well. It's just amazing how many people are in this movie. It's fantastic. It's definitely.
wanted
It's
to
almost
get it.
worth a buy. I want to buy it so I can watch it over
Like
and
I
over.
said, I don't know. I thought it was hysterical. And you know how I am, Justin. I leave movie theaters in like full blown tangents, so I don't go to movie theaters. And I left that and was like, that movie was fucking amazing.
I go to the movies almost every week. I saw Elysium, which I thought was solid.
Did
District 9 guy.
I'm gonna jump in on that. Is it as racist as they say it is? That weird controversy, like Elysium's like America and the world's like Mexico. Is that fucking stupid propaganda type movie?
I mean, you could go into it and you could pull that out of the movie, that idea that Elysium is America and the Earth has become Mexico and you're trying to get up there to that. But to me, it is a love story. It comes down to that he needs to get up there to save himself. It's a redemption story.
Okay.
He is being selfish the whole damn movie, and he finally gives in to the. I mean, he looks at this little girl and says, "No, I'm gonna live. You're gonna die." And this little girl, a little 8-year-old girl, is basically crying, in front of him. He's like, "I don't care. He's a bastard. He can sit at this table with us, no problem." And he, it's basically this redemption story. At the end, he, redeems himself and stuff. And
So basically, he dies at the end.
So-
Don't fucking tell me if he
So
does.
I'm assuming he teabags the little girl, tells her, ha ha ha, I'm gonna live.
right, exactly.
Shove her in the dirt.
Shoves her in the dirt, definitely.
He's like, what machine do I need to get blood from her from?
The good guy, I don't remember his name, but he's a really good actor. He's the good guy in District 9.
Yeah, he has the big. He was Murdoch in
Yeah,
the 18 movie. Big beard.
He's the bad guy in this one, and he plays an awesome, crazy bad guy, just
He
killing everybody
He
and
looks
stuff.
big. Like he looks stacked. He's
He's-
a
no.
smaller guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's put on some muscle, and he's obviously been working out, and but he's not ripped. They have him. He has armor on a lot of the time because they wear the armor that plugs into their brain and stuff.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask: is how like the exoskeleton thing?
Yeah, that's what I was
Does
curious
it
about.
make you faster, stronger? Like
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's just like that's like taping metal to my arm. That's not going to really.
No,
make me stronger.
it's surgery. Like, they drill it in all of his bones, and they put it into his skeletal structure, and he has a little, like, they drill it into his brain and stuff, and so that's cool and cool. I had liked about the. Is it a good movie? Yes. Is it a great movie? No. Is it worth seeing in the theater? Probably not. You could Redbox this one, but if you go into it thinking, okay, this is gonna be a cool ass sci-fi movie, it is. The technology is fun. The cinematography, the way it's shot is really cool. The way they did Elysium is really neat. The way they kill people with all the gore and stuff is really fun. Was I as surprised as this as I was when I walked out of District 9? No, because I went in with this with pretty high expectations. Was I let down? Maybe a little bit. But, I didn't know what to expect out of District 9. This one, it has that feel to it, obviously, because it's the same guy and everything. But I thought it was good. It's worth a watch. When you're done watching it, you'll be like, all right, it was a movie. It was good.
He'd be like, Matt Damon.
That's why I don't want to watch it. I'm done with Matt Damon. Like, I don't.
I can't say that. I don't know. He falls in that category of most of the actors where I'm like, I hate the guy, but I don't know. He's really good in a lot of stuff.
It's not that I have anything really truly against him. I don't see him as an action part. Like, he did his Jason Bourne stuff. Leave it there. I see more of a drama actor out of him.
And that's the thing is, there isn't a whole lot of ton of action, but when it comes, it kicks your ass.
Okay.
It's pretty story-driven. It really is. It's about redemption, I think, of him. That's what I feel it is.
Could you put anyone else in his spot, is my question. If you had to choose an actor to replace Matt Damon.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Will Smith. Yep, Will Smith.
Yeah, you could put basically anybody in that position.
That's not good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jim Carrey. Could he do it?
probably not.
No.
I'm gonna go no, man.
No.
He was great.
I haven't even seen the movie, and I'm
But
gonna
I
say
mean,
no.
you could take Matt Damon out and put in Bruce Willis, and it'd be no problem whatsoever.
It'd probably been better with these days.
It just
Die Hard. He has no shoes on the entire time.
no, that's not true. He takes them off partway through into the movie.
In the first 10 minutes of the movie, he takes his shoes off because he wants to clean up in his wife's office.
I think it's more like 20 minutes into the movie, but
What you should do, every time you do a movie review, you should do it like Joe Bob Briggs. There's 5 decapitations, 4 breasts, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Break down the movie like that.
then I saw Kick-Ass 2 yesterday. It hits the 15-year-old boy nerve. If you go into it wanting to see some awesome sexual stuff with a lot of violence, it's good. If that's all, it's like Pacific Rim. If you go into it wanting this out of it, you will be happy with it. If you go into it with higher expectations or more, you will not be happy with it.
You can't, with a moviegoer, say that.
Not even that. Like, isn't it starring 3 dudes and a chick? So why would a 15-year-old boy want sexual aspirations? Don't
You
get me
think
wrong.
you're deep into it.
No, I'm just
think you're
confused on that. Like,
Because the first one, think about it, he was banging chicks left and right in the first one.
so I don't remember that.
Dave? What movie are you thinking
In
of?
Kick-Ass, he bangs his girlfriend like 6 times in that movie.
I just don't remember that. I don't know. I didn't think the first Kick-Ass was worth a shit anyways.
I
so.
didn't like the first one either.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it has the comic book feel where it does, like, when they have the dialogue, it tries to pop up, like, comic book, stuff-esque things to it. Jim Carrey does a pretty good job. I really liked him as Colonel Stars and Stripes or whatever, but he's not in the movie very much. He's in it, like, 3 scenes. He's in his intro scene, his fight scene, and then his end scene.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Thank you. The only reason I was gonna watch the movie is because I want to see Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah,
but
he's not in it very much. The guy from Superbad...
McLovin?
Yeah, McLovin really steals the show as the motherfucker.
Oh, sure.
He does. That's his supervillain name because he's no longer Red Mist and he wants to get revenge. And it's fun. It's good. Do you want spoilers? Big time.
No.
I don't give a shit. I don't care about the movie. I won't watch it.
I'll go with no, just because if he's gonna want, I don't know.
Okay. I will give you big time spoilers at the end.
Plug your ears.
So
I actually want to know now.
no, I'll tell you when we leave.
All right.
But I don't know. Don't go to see it. Redbox it, Netflix it, and you'll be fine. It's worth watching it once to see some of the cool fight scenes, some of the cool kill stuff is pretty neat. Some of the Hit Girl stuff is pretty awesome. They have this one little like taser device where she makes people throw up and shit their pants with explosive diarrhea, which is really funny. The scene that happens. There's one part where the cheerleader does like this porn star dance, and I really needed to go pull one off after that because it's really hot. So it's good. There's some good stuff to it. You can pull some good nuggets out of it.
Now we know why you weren't here on time.
Yes. I went and saw it yesterday. I didn't hold off
You were
that
still
long.
fapping the whole time?
The whole time.
The whole time, day of fapping.
Chafing.
Jacob, tell me about Papers, Please, so we can end this.
Papers, Please is an indie game. It just really came out. I believe it's $10 on Steam. It is in an alternate universe. It takes place in the 80s. You are basically a border guard in Russia. And people bring you your papers, and you have to check the expiration dates, all that kind of stuff. But the game becomes more complicated as days go on. Terrorist attacks happen. And now you have to check people with x-rays to make sure they don't have bombs.
I was like, this sounded really boring a second
It
ago.
does. No, on Steam, I read it, and I'm like, that is the stupidest thing in the world.
This sounds like a job, like I'm sitting at the toll
Right.
kiosk.
Well, I watched a guy on Twitch playing it, and it's like, whoa, that's awesome, because you have to pay attention to everything in the papers.
How much is it again?
I think it's 10. Can't be more than 20.
I don't want to play it unless you get a cavity search, people.
You get the x-ray them.
Cavity search. I want to put the glove on.
But you have to make sure of everything. You have to make sure, like,
that from?
I don't think so.
No, Beavis and Butthead do the marathon.
Yes.
you have to make sure things like there's one guy keeps coming back. He's a drug runner, and he came in with a passport that was handwritten, It was obviously handwritten. The little part where you have to stamp approved or denied was like squigglied in, and you can point that out to him. You basically you inspect, you click on the passport. I think I clicked on him, and I said, "This isn't real." He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I will go back and get the right one." And it looks like a Super Nintendo game. It's all text based.
But it's point and click kind of adventure.
Yeah. Well, you have your desk and you have your rule book, but you have to pay attention to things like people will make up cities to try and get past the border, and some of those people are terrorists. They want to, they'll set off bombs and hurt people.
If one of them makes it through, do you lose?
No, you lose if most of your family dies or you run out of money. Because at the end of each day, you get paid, and then you have to pay into rent and food, medicine, and heat. And you have to take care of your...
Is this DLC for The Sims?
This sounds like boring as shit.
Can you be corrupt? That's my next question.
That's what I'm trying to get to. But you have to take care of your son, your wife, your mother-in-law, and uncle or something. But the thing is, like, I have here, there's random events that happen all the time where there's 20 endings. So, like, I'm playing, and so this guy brings up his papers, everything's fine, I approve him, he says, "My wife is behind me, please take care of her." What? It's really weird. And she brings up her ID. That's it. No passport, no papers, no nothing. And I tell her that, you pointed out to her, and she said, "If I go back, they will kill me." So I approved her and let her go. That will affect the ending later. One girl came up, and I approved her, and she said, "Oh, thank you." And all of a sudden, there's a note on my desk. So I take the note and I read it, and she says that my employer's name is so and so. I think he's going to kill me and my sister. Okay, so I finally that guy comes in my toll booth, and I deny him. The next day in the newspaper, it says that 2 girls were murdered at a strip club. Because she had given me a strip club paper as well as say, "Come see me," which you can't do, I don't think.
Yeah, you can't. Wink, wink.
It's all kinds of events like that.
Is if I just let everyone through, like, what's the significance? Like, why do I give a shit about their stories?
If you let everyone through, like even the people who have corrupt paperwork, you lose money because someone will catch it, and if you run out of money, it's game over.
Your boss will catch it.
Yeah.
So when he stands at the goddamn gate, not me.
Because that's what they're paying you to do.
There's like guards that double check, and then later in the game, because I was watching, the terrorists get really bad, and you can actually help them out. It's like there's this guy in a hood that comes all the time, and he gives you this piece of paper, and it had a bunch of squares in it. And the guy I was watching on Twitch was like, "What the hell is this?" And he puts it up against a passport, and it matches up certain things. There's this hidden message in the passports of like who to let through, and he finds a message, and he lets the person through, and that's going to affect the ending somehow. And some people that go through, like his boss gave him a key, 2 keys, a gold key for a tranquilizer and a silver key for a rifle. You pull out the rifle, and there's a little thing, and you got to shoot the person before they get to the border.
How long did you play this for?
4 hours?
Did you have Payday yet?
No.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Say, man.
I know it sounds boring, but it gets tense. Because you have to get so many people through the border in a certain time and to make so much
Turns
money.
into Oregon Trail shooting people as they're trying to flee.
It's along the lines of Oregon Trail. It sounds boring, but...
Oregon or
Oregon.
No, it's different.
Oregon.
You played that one.
Yeah, Oregon or Oregon. I like Oregon Trail. See, I like stupid crap like that, I guess.
No, it's cool. I like terrible movies.
I know it sounds boring.
It sounds like a legit fucking job.
That's what I'm thinking the whole time.
Like,
I'm thinking that I'm sitting in a toll booth in between the U.S. and Mexico. Papers, please.
It's just interesting because, you want to see all the different
Toll booth
endings.
William.
And
Fuck you and your lesbian fish-eating fringe, you fucking whore.
Should we end it with that?
Sure.
Or do you want to talk more about Papers, Please?
No, that's...
If you got notes, man, make it happen.
Make it happen.
I feel like you watched the whole thing on Twitch and you just wrote stuff about it.
I watched the, end game on Twitch, and I'm trying to get up to that.
I played an hour and a half, watched 3 hours of Twitch.
So essentially, I played 4 hours of it.
I'll give him that.
You played with your Twitch?
Sure.
Not your Switch, your Twitch.
The Twitcher.
The Twitcher.
Played with my Twitch.
What if
should be the
that was a
title.
fucking indie
There
game
you
and you
go.
were like a baser?
No, I was thinking the title could be
Twitcher?
Liberate the Elaborate. I like that.
That's it.
You're stupid. I play with my Twitch.
I play with my Twitch.
All right, with that, say goodnight, guys.
Good night.
I'm going to play Payday.